So this will be the first time I've ever tried streaming a PC or Mac anything. So just let me know. We'll start off a little bit slow. Tell me if the levels are okay. Is the music okay versus my voice? Does it look all right to you? How's the frame rate? Because we're running OBS along with Parallels running Windows 10, running Scum VM. So check this out. We're playing Gabriel. This is pretty Zophar. We're playing Gabriel Knight 2 using Scum VM, which is running on Windows 10, which is a virtual machine running on my Mac, which I'm broadcasting through OBS. How's that for Zophari? Point and click your way to glory. Well said, Tiber. Well said. Well said. Exactly. Monday's my day off from work and my day off from the normal retro stuff. Instead, we'll play fun PC and Mac retro stuff. And I might choose to show some website stuff, old archives from Zophar's domain some Mondays. You never know what will pop up here. But for right now, we are going to go and play some Gabriel Knight 2 on Mondays. The Beast Within. So, this was something I wanted to play eventually, but I totally got inspired. Last night I was on Riggs' channel, Retro Island Gaming. I'm sure you all know of him. And he's been playing Gabriel Knight 1 since late last night, to me anyway. He lives in Hawaii. So I was like, man, this is probably the best time for me to start playing Gabriel Knight 2. I'm feeling the Gabriel itch, you know? So a little bit of background about this game before I show you all the prologue here. This is the second game in a line of 3 games. It's okay if you haven't played or know of the first one, because the game does a really good job of opening up the story and explaining like what happened prior and who you are. And basically the idea is you are Gabriel Knight, a Schattenjäger, which is German for shadow hunter, and you're basically there to like stop evil. The first game was all about voodoo, and it took place in New Orleans. The second game is about werewolves, and it takes place in Germany. So we're going to get on started here. That's like game inception 3 levels down. I know, right, Tiber? It's you had to definitely you had to implant the idea of the emulator deep down, multiple levels. Question is, when we're done playing this game, will we be able to wake up? Wake up from the recursive emulator within an emulator within an emulator? We'll see. If OBS crashes in the middle, you'll know the answer to that is no. The drug used was too strong. Like remember in the in the middle of Inception, they couldn't wake up because the drug that they used was just too like they used too much of it or something. So they just had to keep like driving around and pray they didn't die. It was pretty crazy. So, anyways, enough about that. Let's go check out the prologue. Again, let me know if the sound levels seem off to you. You can easily adjust it. So what's up with everyone today? How's your day been? Are we having a lazy Monday? Some of us working in lunch or just kind of hanging out. What's good today? I love the Mondays. I'm sure you all know that. So Darkmex, interesting factoid about that. So yes, there is a web archive of Zophar's domain in the Wayback Machine, but it only goes back to about 99, 2000. The Wayback Machine did not really capture Zophar's domain in 96, 97, part of 98. I've got archives of each of those years backed up. So it'll be like I shouldn't say never before seen, has not been seen in several decades stuff that I'll eventually show. I also, Tiber, in this live-action video game FMVs, I loved, this game I thought was awesome. I liked the Phantasmagoria games, even the second one. People didn't like number 2, but I liked both. It was different, but it was a fun little plot. Not look crazy. Towards the end, it was fun. So those were good. And then, of course, there's a whole bunch of FMV games on the Sega CD that I enjoyed. I like the Sherlock Holmes games, which were also on the PC. I like Night Trap. I like Dracula Unleashed. Game's a little loud of me. Okay, let's fix that. Okay, how does it sound? You think I should turn up the mic? Okay, hold on. But then I'll have to go in the Mac settings. Stand by. Because I actually have it turned up all the way in OBS. Let's see. Inputs. Microphone. Alright, we are pushing the microphone volume up. Okay, microphone volume has been pushed up. How is this sounding to everybody? Is this better? Exactly. I definitely have versions of the site from back when dinosaurs roamed the earth. You ever see that Simpsons episode, Treehouse of Horror? We've gone back to the time when dinosaurs weren't confined just to zoos. Yeah, the music did go down. All right, well, let's start the game and tell me if the levels are still off or if you still have trouble hearing me, because I can make some adjustments there. In fact, deciding whether or not I want to pump the gain up on this, because I think the gain might actually be turned down and shouldn't be. Let's go see. I'm gonna a tiny little bit. Okay, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. How am I sounding right now? Yeah, it is. And then this is the first time I've ever done PC Mac on OBS, so I knew that the levels were going to be a little bit off. Does this sound any better, or do you think I should pump the volume up some more? Tell me what this is sounding like. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Just trying to see what we all think. How we feeling? How's my voice? Sounds better? All right, so I'm going to play the game, and in the beginning, when the music's playing, I'm going to talk a little bit. Tell me if the levels seem off. I can up the game volume if it seems too low now, etc., etc. All right, so this is Chapter 1. So you saw a little prologue there. Some kid trying to escape something being set on fire. You're not supposed to know what's going on if you've never played this before. It all becomes clear as we go. All right, so here it is. Tell me how I'm sounding versus the game volume. We open up in a nice, dark, spooky night. It's Schloss Ritter, Rittersburg, Germany. So this is Gabriel's castle that his ancestors owned for years and years and years. He's just moved there from New Orleans. Does my voice sound okay versus the game volume here? According to OBS, the levels seem okay to me. It looks like my voice is a bit louder than the music, but let me know. Good balance? Okay, good. We don't want to go too low on the game volume because this is, as an FMV game, it's very, very heavy, like dialogue-wise. And so if I'm talking when the characters are talking, you're not going to know what's going on. I might know what's going on because I played this game many, many times in my youth, but you might not. So, as we see here, Gabriel Knight is sitting there at his typewriter typing away. He's supposed to be an author, like he writes books. He's not very good at it. The scars you see on his arm are from injuries sustained in Gabriel Knight 1. Oh yes, this is very, the whole game is steeped in, dark lore like werewolves and vampires and voodoo curses and all that kind of stuff. There are 3 games in the series. Dane Jensen, the creator, was going to make a 4th game, but unfortunately, the world moved on from point and click. I wish they hadn't. I love these games. So that's his Schottenjäger medallion that you saw there on the table, which is to protect him from evil. That's right. I think for 1995, this game looked pretty good. Obviously now you're like, oh, it's so pixelated, but it actually, this was pretty groundbreaking in 95. Like, it's a really good game, and this will take time. Like, I can't breeze past this game in like a few hours. It's a whole story. All right, let's listen to it. Yeah, right?
Come in.
Something like that, Cliff.
Herr Knight, there are some people here to see you.
Me?
Yeah, if you please come.
What's going on? You've been acting strange all day.
Please, just come. And don't forget your talisman. You must wear it always.
That's Gerda. She basically helps to maintain the castle. She's not a Ritter. She's not like related to him. But she maintains the castle. Absolutely, Dark Knights.
Well, hello there. Shouldn't those be torches?
Guten Abend, Herr Knight. I am Werner Huber. Forgive our coming here so late, but we must speak with you.
What can I do for you?
Oh, this is my cousin, the Huber Sepp. He has a farm just outside of Munich.
Right?
I will tell you the truth, Herr Knight. We have come for the Schattenjäger.
Agreed.
I see. What makes you think you need a Schottenjäger?
It is because of Sepp here. 2 nights ago, his wife goes to the window of the house to call in their daughter, Tony. It is getting dark. The light outside is not so good, yeah? She sees Tony some meters away, playing at the grass. And she sees a wolf. It is huge. And it is moving towards the child. The mother screams to the child, warning. And that is when the beast strikes.
Tony!
Oh, no, langsam. This is
Pretty brutal, man.
Sepp here hears his wife screaming, comes running from the barn. He sees the wolf, goes inside the house to get a gun, but when he comes out, no wolf.
No wolf.
And it has taken part of the child with it.
Brutal.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it is very bad, Herr Knight. That is why we come to you.
Haven't the police been notified?
Oh, yeah, natürlich. The police, they think it is wolves escaped from a zoo. They search and search, but they find nothing. This is not the first such killing. But if it is not stopped, it will not be the last.
I'm not really sure what you want me to do.
The killer is not wolf. It is werewolf. You must hunt it down and kill it.
Werewolf? What makes you think it's a werewolf?
The wolf looked at me. Its eyes were human. It knew what it was doing. It knew.
Yeah, werewolves are scary.
I'm really very sorry about
Right?
your daughter, Herr Huber.
I have told them that you are the new Schattenjäger.
You wear the talisman. Are you the Schattenjäger now? Or are you not?
Yeah, the game has a certain charm. I love it.
I am?
We do not know you, Herr Knight, but we have known the Schattenjägers for many centuries. It is to them we turn in trouble like this. Sepp here is family. Will you come? Just look around, see what you can see. Huh? Sepp and his wife go north to be with her mother. You can stay on his farm.
Yeah, he was a famous actor. There's a few in
All
here,
right.
actually.
I'll look into it for you. See what I can see.
Yeah,
I'll pack your things.
the older gentleman that's been talking
Great.
most of the time.
Thanks.
He's been in a lot of movies too.
I'll meet you in the village in an hour.
And you'll meet someone later that's been in a bunch too.
Thank you, Herr Knight. Thank you.
What did Gabriel Knight just agree to? He has no idea what he signed up for just now. Yeah, this is actually my favorite of the 3 Gabriel Knight games by far. I think it has the best story, and it's really... I won't spoil anything if you've never seen this, but like it gets... I think it's twisty, very twisty. Fun stuff. Great soundtrack, too. I have the collector's edition, which is up in my attic. I didn't bring it down. But I actually, it comes with a soundtrack CD. It's got everything from this... Well, most things from this game. And then a few tracks from 1 and 3. Alright, so here we go. To decide if I'm going to watch OBS or I'm going to watch the game when I play. Like, the lag probably doesn't matter so much for this kind of game, so I can probably play on OBS. And now the awkward jank begins, exactly. Alright, well, I guess we'll get started off here by checking our inventory. So we'll go over here, and we'll see what we have. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to look over here.
Brilliant prose, if I do say so myself. Unfortunately, I'm just pissing the wind until I can think of a plot line. Maybe this case will inspire me.
So let's see. Can't be that bad, right? It's an untitled Blake Backlash manuscript by Gabriel Knight, Chapter 1, Page 1. Nearly a year after his last big case, Blake Backlash finds himself stuck in a dilapidated castle. This game was released in 1995, Helldog. You get the tick-tick, but no talk. He's supposed to be some kind of hero, having inherited late Uncle Damon's role of guardian of truth and light, along with the wreck of a fortress. Oh, this is bad. What Uncle Damon didn't explain was what he was supposed, he spelled supposed wrong, that's funny, supposed to do next. So far, the most exciting outcome of his new title has involved building plaster and a lot of hammering. It's enough to drive a scion to seek out the highest ramparts and throw himself over. I might throw myself over, oh my god. Still, he reasoned, yeah, pretty good. Still, he reasoned, things could be worse. If it weren't for, the game is good, but the script's supposed to be bad. If it weren't for the large amounts of cash he'd smuggled out of the Voodoo Hanford before it went up in flames, there'd be no renovations, and he'd still be freezing his balls off in this Bavarian refrigerator, which also appears spelled wrong. Fortunately, Blake is spared the ordeal of further self-reflection when a mysterious package arrives in the mail, postmarked India. Curious, he rips open the thick twine binding, and out falls... We don't know. We don't know what out falls, because he didn't finish it. Instead, he's taking on this case. So, let's see what else he has. Looks like we got a little notebook here.
My notebook.
Cool. We got a little tape recorder.
My new tape recorder. A dual mount.
Ooh, sexy. Sexy dual mount tape recorder.
A little too tasteful, if you ask me. Gracie ordered them.
Thanks, Gracie. Grace is she features pretty prominently in this game, but in the first game she basically helps to take care of your shop. So like here you have Gerda, who takes care of the castle. Back in New Orleans, Grace takes care of his bookstore.
The family talisman.
Yeah.
Wolfgang gave up his life to get this back.
True that, Clippa. True that. So that's the Schottenjäger medallion that protects him from, evil and stuff. Now let's go in here.
I don't think the Ubers want me in their private bedrooms.
No, that sucks. Alright, how about this?
I take it the Ubers are Catholic.
Cool.
That's me, Gabriel Knight.
That's me, Gabriel Knight. So in the first and third games, which are not live action, they're animated, the voice actor is not Dean Erickson. That's who plays Gabriel Knight in this one. It's actually Tim Curry. No joke. Tim Curry, Rocky Horror, Tim Curry, and many other movies. He does this really southern drawl accent, whereas this Gabriel Knight, I think, is more what you would sound like if you were really from New Orleans. Like, it's lighter on the southern accent. Like, there's an accent, but it's lessened. But it's still awesome. Like, Tim Curry's the man.
China. Our homie.
Just different, Oh, there's a bag. Let's check out the bag. What could be in here? Ooh, spooky bag. No, the bag's not spooky. Oh, there is something spooky in there. Look, it's a knife. Yes, Dark Max, correct. I actually saw him start it last night. I popped in there for a bit. I wanted to play this eventually, but after I saw him playing 1, I got inspired. I'm like, oh man, now I'm in the mood for some Gabriel Knight. So I'm like, I'm going to play 2. He doesn't get to have all the fun, right? Rig is awesome, though, man. I love him. I love his channel. So upbeat, so exciting. Play some of my favorite games. Always something going on there. Yeah, it's you wouldn't know it's Tim Curry. Like, he totally hides his, his real British accent. And he does a really good job with the, with the script he's given.
Air Knight, the keys for the car are by the door. It is better not to drive inside Munich. Drive Road 96 to Lockham. Park the car and take the U-Bahn from there. Thank you for helping us. Frau Huber.
Well, thanks, Frau Huber. We appreciate you for that. Well, I think the key's right here, underneath the mirror. Lucky Rabbit's Foot. Anybody have a Lucky Rabbit's Foot when they were a kid? I know that's like barbaric now, but I absolutely, I remember when I was a kid, I had a Lucky Rabbit's Foot attached to my keys. Let's look in the mirror. What do we see? Gabriel Knight's face staring back at us. Alright.
I don't have anything to write about at the moment.
So, this might become important later, like the ability to write things to people, but we can't do it right now. Oh, what do I see here? Oh, anybody remember this? It's a newspaper. Isn't that sad? Like everything now is online. Like, does anybody actually buy newspapers anymore? I used to read them religiously, man. Every time I'd go to school, I'd buy a paper and read the day's news, and now everything's on your smartphones. But in the 90s, we had newspapers.
I can't read much of it, but they give the name of the zoo. It's in Thalkirken. The name of the detective on the case is Liebe, from the police station near Prinsrud Gentenplatz.
So does anyone here know German at all? So I always have been curious. There's a lot of this kind of stuff in the game, and I've always wondered, like, I assume it's authentic German, but I wonder what it says. Let's see. Killer Wolf, so that's wolves, right? Probably from the zoo. Don't know what those words mean. Yeah, I'm probably about as good as Gabriel Knight here when it comes to reading this. But I assume this is authentic German. Well, there you go, Darkmax, keeping the tradition alive. I would say I was reading the newspapers all the way up until, like, maybe mid-2000s, and then I just completely switched over to, electronic. But I love the newspaper, man. There's something just to be said about having the paper and flipping through the pages, and, I miss it. But yeah, man. Let's pop that newspaper back. Let's go see what else we can do.
Who should I call?
Could we call somebody? Let's see. So, we got some letters here. Ubergrau, Hoffen, and Schnell. Let's read it.
It's from the Ritter family lawyers.
Dear Mr. Knight, the title for Schloss Ritter and Lands has been officially registered with the German Landsamt under your name. Thanks to the funds you provide, the estate is now current. The inheritance tax, back property taxes, and transfer fees have been paid. Thank you for the additional retainer you sent us and for your confidence in keeping Ubergrau, Hoffen, and Schnell your family firm. Please feel free to contact me with any problems or questions you might have. If you visit Munich, please come by and introduce yourself. Your servant, Herr Harold Ubergrau. Well, that's nice. Isn't that nice? How about this one? St. George's Rare Books.
Gabriel, I've just notified the Catholic Church about a miracle. Things have actually been picking up around the shop. We've been going through stock like a real store. I keep expecting the candid camera guys to pop out at any moment and say, just kidding. In other acts of universal randomness, the Voodoo Murders is up to number 20 on the New York Times bestseller
I know,
list.
right?
Yes, the tastes of the American public can be a terrifying thing. In any case, your U.S. bank account is blossoming, not unlike the desert after a fluke storm.
I love the sarcasm. So it's a different, all the actors are different in 2 versus 1 and 3, but in 1, the voice of Grace was actually Leah Remini. Let's look at the next page. Yeah, cursive writing. So it was actually funny. I was talking to my my wife the other day, and I was like, when's our son gonna learn cursive? And she's like, dude, what are you talking about? Nobody does it anymore. I was like, we don't? They don't do cursive anymore? Now, truth be told, I don't do it either. I haven't written in cursive since probably high school, which I assume is probably why no one does anymore. But, yep, they don't. That is what I learned. Hi, the Tiffy. Thanks for coming on in. Ah, your son did. That's awesome. I was horrible at, like, I know how to write cursive, but my writing is so horrible that my cursive, you can't decipher, like, 80% of it.
If you don't mind, I'd like to use a little of the money to fix up the shop. Your gran is fine, but misses you. Mosley has been hanging around, making himself a real pain in the butt. Fortunately, I need only bring up the bald detective Mostly in your book, all 240 pounds of him, and your pal turns red and is out the door in about 5 seconds. Things are organized here, just waiting for your decision. I think you can find a buyer if you want to go that route. I know you hate to write, but I need to get a feeling for what your plans are so I can make some of my own. I haven't seen or heard of anything here that seems relevant to this Schottenjäger business. Take care. Grace.
Thanks, Grace. So the Tiffy, how's everything going at home? How's Vian? How's Boy? Is there anything else in our inventory? Let's see. Well, that was the manuscript. We didn't look at the Schottenjäger knife yet, did we?
A Schottenjäger knife.
SSDD, I hear you. So that's a Schottenjäger knife, which is, goes hand in hand with the Schottenjäger medallion. Supposed to keep you safe from evil.
Nice of the Ubers to loan me their car.
Yep, I definitely had, like I was saying earlier, a lucky rabbit's foot attached to keys. Not now, but it did when I was a kid. Many, many moons ago. Many moons ago.
My wallet. It actually has money in it these days.
What, the voice of Gabriel Knight, Tiffy? Alright, let's go outside. He's more lively in the full motion scenes than I would say the voice acting when there's no graphical representation. Alright, so we could go in here, we could go check out the car.
I was hoping for a Mercedes, but this'll have to do.
Let's go see what we can find in here. I see a bucket up top.
A metal pail.
Here's some cement.
I could be wrong, but I think this bag contains cement. Now, quick drying cement? Well, that's useful.
Quick drying cement, so that's good to know.
I could be wrong, but I think this bag contains...
Alright, that's just repeating.
Nothing of interest in there.
Like a little trash can, nothing else here. So we'll just have to remember this is here. If we find a use for quick drying cement, there's some in the... whatever that is, the garage, I guess? Alright, where else can we go?
I suppose that's for tending those window boxes.
Hey there, Aquatic Place 960. Yeah, same here. I love the full... I wish they'd make more of them, actually. I thought they were great. Like, you know, I thought they did a better job at the time. Like, the technology didn't really exist to tell these kind of elaborate stories just through an animated form, I think. So, you know, being able to tell the story with characters, actual people, I just think they did a great job with it. And I think there's a lot of games like that. We'll play some more of them, and, you know, there's a... So I actually liked this one the best. I would say this one was my favorite. And then the first one is close to this for me. And then there's the third one. And the third one had a really neat story, but there were so many technical problems with the third one. Like, the game crashed frequently. The graphics were not really great, even for 99. I remember the hands in particular just looked pretty rough. And then there were some of those puzzles that were just like, what the heck were we thinking there? But we'll probably end up playing all of these, actually, at some point. But I wanted to start with the second one, because this is my favorite. Go see what's in the bushes. Yeah, I was just telling the chat, because Dark Mex mentioned earlier that Rig, Retro Island Gaming, was actually playing Gabriel Knight 1. And I was watching a bit of his stream last night. I always catch, like, the beginning and then, like, towards the end of it, just because he's in Hawaii and I'm on the East Coast, so the time zones are weird. But I was inspired, because Gabriel Knight 2 is one of my favorite games. If you actually scroll down to my About menu, and you look at the description where I talk about the games I like, Gabriel Knight 2 is one of them. Phantasmagoria was a lot of fun, too. I liked both of them. The first one, obviously, was a lot better than the second, but I thought the second had its charms. I liked it, too. Just, a different kind of story. Let's go see what's in the forest here. The foresty area.
These woods go back a ways. Plenty of space to hide.
What about down in this brush? So, let me tell you something about this. If you've never played this game before, I'd be willing to bet you would not have clicked there. Unless you got lucky and that's where you clicked first. I don't think there's anything in that area that would have made you think I'm supposed to click around here. So this right here is actually the first real puzzle of the game. But because I've played this many times as a kid, I don't remember everything, by the way. There's going to be some puzzles I'm going to be a little stumped on. But this one, this drove me berserk. Just like, how are you supposed to know to click the brush? But the idea is it's not just a point-and-click adventure game, but it's a detective game. You're Gabriel Knight. You're an investigator. And you're trying to find out, who murdered the Huber girl. What's going on with this wolf. Let's check this out. So we definitely have some hair of something. We don't know what, but something.
Something's been here.
Clearly.
Maybe the thing that killed Yuba's daughter.
Maybe. Alright. Where else can we go? How about this log? Log rolls downstairs, rolls over in chairs, rolls over your neighbor's dog. Anybody remember that? It's log, log, log. Log, log. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. Log, it's better than bad. It's good. Anybody knows where that's from, you get the prize. There is no prize. You get my congratulations if you know what that's from.
Jesus.
Werewolves!
As big as my hand.
Very good, Aquatic Place 960, Ren and Stimpy. So there's some kind of paw print. Now how do we gather that
That
evidence?
paw print is as big as my hand.
I remember this part too. This part I didn't struggle as much with because, you know, you can't just pick up a print. You have to make an impression. I know that from, you know, forensic type shows. And we already know that there is a area where there is quick drying cement, so we can make an impression just by going over here and grabbing the cement. Or the cement. That's probably how it's pronounced. Cement? Am I saying that right? Anybody know German? I don't. Alright, we're gonna have to make this stuff. I guess you just, mix it with water and whatnot, and you just pop it in, and that's how it goes. You and me both, the Tiffy. You and me both. So it's cement, like that. Got it. Or cement, I don't know. Now I'm curious. Alright, so let's go here. Gotcha, Lena Lozoli, gotcha. Alright, let's pour the cement, or cement. Take your pick. Let's go pour it on in.
It'll take a minute to set.
Okay. So we'll just have to go back and rinse out the pail, I presume, from my memory. Alright. So now I assume if we go back, we should, in theory, be able to collect said print. Go find out. And back over to the log, and boink. Pick that bad boy up. So, you know, we know that there's something that killed the Huber girl, and they believe it's a werewolf, but werewolves don't exist, right? So we got some hair that might be from a wolf, we got a paw print that might be from a wolf, so let's see if there's any more evidence to gather. Come over here. We already went here. We already went here. Is there anywhere else we can go here? Is that it? That's it. Okay. So I think it's time to get in our car. Before we do that, let's go check out what we just collected, though. It was fun.
It's huge. I wish I knew if it were normal or not.
We're not the expert, Gabriel. I bet we can find somebody who is.
Just looks like reddish hair to me. I'm gonna need help analyzing it.
Well, help will always be given to Hogwarts to those who ask for it. Oh, wrong game. Alright, so we're going to use the keys in the car, and we're going to go see where we can go. It's a nice little Volkswagen there, Mr. Knight. Or Knight. Alright. So, we came from... I don't know how you say it. It's either Lockham or Lockham. I don't know if you're supposed to say the CH with a Ch. Or if it's just Lockham. Or Lockham. I think it's Lockham. Baukirchen, Marienplatz, Prinz Regentenplatz. Prinz Regentenplatz, maybe? Let's go there first. That looks like it might be the police station. From memory. That's kind of what I remember.
Ja? Kann ich Ihnen behilflich sein?
Guten Tag. You speak English?
Nein, ich spreche kein Englisch.
Oh, that's not good.
Was möchten Sie bitte?
Great. Lieber. Criminal Commissar Lieber. Is he here?
I was like, thinking this
Kommissar
game, but it's gonna
Leber?
help him.
Wer möchte mit ihm sprechen? Wen? Sie sind?
Sie. Me. Oh.
Ja.
Right.
Oh, those business cards are already coming in handy, guys.
Writer. You know, books. That's me.
Oh, he looks so impressed.
Me.
Kommissar Leber, bitte. Kann hier kommen? Tut mir leid. Kommissar Leber ist zu beschäftigt. Hat absolut keine Zeit. Nein, kann Sie leider nicht sehen. Ist zu beschäftigt.
Well, I understood that. 9. That's no.
Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen, mein Herr. Die Tür.
That's probably like see you later, my friend, or goodbye, or
Thanks.
something.
Bitter.
Amerikaner.
Ouch. Well, that didn't go so well. Okay. Well, we can't go to the police station then, so we'll have to just come back there. Let's go to Thalkirchen. Ah, this looks like a zoo. Exactly. Exactly, Lena Lizard. Please leave, dummy. So, this must be the guy that feeds the animals. Zoologischer Garten München Kennels. Oh, why didn't I just say that to begin with? Yeah, the Tiffy, that's probably a really poor idea. They're not even like, are they even... That just looks so open. Like, look, it looks like you can literally just walk right in there, doesn't it? Probably not a good idea. Pupper! Yeah. I'm sure it's a tame little pup. I'm sure that they're such sweet wolves. Alright, let's go look at the sign and see what this is all about. Europäischer Wolf. European wolf. Canis lupus lupus. Die Sprache der Wolf.
Canis lupus lupus. European wolf.
That's right. Moon moon. Moon moon. From the original
I'm not
Latin.
sure what it says, but it's not the exit. Exit is Osgang. It's one of the few words I do know.
This is the exit here. This is something else. So let's see. Can we go up here?
That must be the entrance to the wolf habitat.
Clearly. Let's put a little save in. We haven't saved yet. We'll call this Zophar Day 1. Okay. Come out here. Here, no. We go here. We already tried that. That didn't do anything. Nothing else to do, I guess? Can't go this way. Whatever this is pointing towards, we can't go there. This leads us to the wolf habitat that we're not allowed to go in. We already read the sign. Yeah, your wolf name. So I don't think there's anything else we can do with the zoo right now. Well, the game's making it easy for us. It's directing us to go to Marienplatz because there's nowhere else to go. Yeah, I hear you, Tiffy. I hear that. I hear that. Alright, this must be Marienplatz. Or Marienplatz. Oh, really? That's funny. Sounds like a great name. Moon Moon. Sounds like something you'd see in like an anime. It's You know how in a lot of animes, like they have like the same word twice. It's like a nickname. You see it in a lot of games too, like Doki Doki Panic and Misa Misa from Death Note, and so Moon Moon. Why not? That works. All right, where should we go? What's to the left? Ooh, here we go. Talk to her.
So, what's good today?
Weißwurst ist sehr gut. Wollen Sie etwas?
Weisswurst. I could go for some Weisswurst.
I'll have to think about it.
No, not a fan of sausages there, Gabriel.
Blood sausage, head cheese, pork innards. Mmm.
Ooh, let's get some Hackfleisch. That sounds tasty.
Hackfleisch. That sounds yummy. Weisswurst. 6 marks.
Okay, so that's the letters, the acronym for marks. But they don't. Does anyone know? Does Germany still use marks? They probably are euros now, right? Like this was before the European Union, I think, in '95.
I don't think she speaks much English. Besides, she only wants to talk about white sausages.
Well, okay then. How about over here? Yeah, I think you're right, Lena Lazuli. Well, let's go into wherever this is supposed to be. Some kind of office building. Oh, it's my lawyer. I'm pretty sure that was a cameo right there. I'm not 100% sure, but it's probably one of the makers of the game.
Ja?
But they totally, like, paused on that.
Herr Knight, ach ja, ja, senden doch herein.
All right.
Mr. Knight, so good to finally meet you.
Well, it's good to meet you.
Please come in. Have a seat.
Maybe we can get some answers from the
Uber.
lawyer.
Hell, you're just a pup.
I'm sorry. Oh, my age. Well, I hope you're not disappointed.
Oh, me? No, I just never had a family lawyer before. I guess I was expecting Matlock or something.
So, you finally decided to visit Munich, yes?
Anybody remember Matlock?
Yep, I'm here
Getting
doing
really retro
some
now.
research.
Well, anything at all I can do to help. My secretary and I are at your disposal.
Thank you.
All right, let the interrogating begin. Anything else I can click here? No? Okay, let's just talk. So let's we'll go down the line. We'll start with about yourself. Tell me about yourself, Mr. Ubergrau.
I suppose that's your name on the marquee.
I'm sorry?
Ubergrau, Hoffen and Schnell.
Actually, no. This is my grandfather's firm. I'm just a junior partner. And my assignment to your family was no insult. I was chosen because of my English. I took my law training at Harvard, you see.
Hell, son. I don't care if you're a junior partner or a mail clerk. I'm just glad somebody's taking care of the paperwork.
You know, the firm has the utmost respect for the Ritters. I will do everything possible in your behalf.
Appreciate it.
Nice. How about Munich?
Is there anything special I should know about Munich?
No, you shouldn't have any problems. You've picked up a little German, haven't you? You've been here, what, almost a year?
No. I mean, I have been here that long, but my faculty for languages leaves some to be desired.
Well, most Germans speak a little English. If you need anything translated, you can always bring it to me.
Oh, that could come in handy. And yes, the Tiffy, you're absolutely right. He's definitely awkward throughout the game, but I mean, he is in Germany and he doesn't speak any German really, so I think I'd be even worse. He at least knows a few words. I played this game a bunch of times and I think he still knows more German than I do. Huh. Everything I know about German I
Your
learned from
letter
this
mentioned
game,
that
whatever
the
that's
title
worth.
transfer for the Ritter estate went through?
Yes, we had a bit of a task proving that you were a legitimate blood heir, but well, that's all settled now. I must tell you, we were beginning to get quite worried about the Ritter holdings. Well, we've had a policy, my grandfather really, of waiving our fees for important old accounts, but unfortunately the government is not so generous. It was quite a miracle when you appeared, Mr. Knight.
Prodigal son makes good.
Well, okay then. Now we're going to ask him about the mutilation killings.
Do you know anything about the mutilation killings?
The mutilation killings? Well, no, Oh my God, Herr Knight, is that what you're researching here in Munich? I read your last book, you know.
Really? Well, that's above and beyond the call of duty.
Not at all. I love detective fiction. Philip Marlowe or that. The voodoo murders. That was based on a real case, was it not?
Loosely. So you know nothing about the mutilation killings?
Well, only that those missing zoo wolves have attacked and partially eaten people out in the country. If you are researching this case, Herr Knight, I would be happy to assist. It's rather exciting, isn't it? I mean, you don't plan on getting too close to the actual wolves, I hope.
I'd rather not.
No.
Well, thanks for the offer. I may take you up on that.
Rather not or will not. Ever see Hannibal? Cordell? Cordell!
Do you know anyone with a background in animal biology?
Animal biology for your research?
Right.
Let me think. I have one client who's a professor at the university.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe he knows someone there. Let me check.
Now we have someone that can analyze some of the wolf stuff we found. Well, maybe wolf stuff. We don't know for sure. We suspect. Like Clue. I suspect
Herr Dr. Schweiger,
it was the werewolf at the Huber farm with the bite.
Herr Dr. Schweiger? Ja, wie geht's Ihnen? Ich bin's, Übergrau. Ich bräuchte den Namen eines Experten in Tierbiologie. Oh.
Oh.
Das könnte funktionieren. Ja? Ja, sehr gut. Recht herzlichen Dank. Ihnen auch. Auf Wiederhören.
No idea what he just said.
Good. There is a lab at the University Biology Department. They may be able to help you there.
There we
Just tell
go.
them Herr Dr. Spiegal sent you.
Sounds great.
Just what we
Thanks.
needed. It's very fluffy. So fluffed. Anything else he has to say?
I don't have anything else to say right now.
Do we have anything else to show him, maybe? Let's see. What if we show him this stuff?
He might know someone who can help me out.
Well, we already
I'll
know.
have to ask him about it.
We already did, so we don't have to worry about that. How about show him a wallet?
I'm not sure why I'd want to show him that.
I don't know. Show him you have money. He's your lawyer, right? Lawyers like money.
I'm not sure why I'd want to show him that.
Yeah, it's kind of not good. Okay. Well, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. So I think we showed him everything we needed to. On to the next one.
I guess I'd better get going.
Well, enjoy your stay.
Oh, we got some OCD going on there. That'd be perfect. Gotta turn it to, quarter turn. Whoops. What did I just do? Whoa. Stop. What in the world? Yo. Get out of this. Come on, good old games. What are you doing to me? Oh my god, really? What the heck just happened? Oh my god, I'm a mess. Nah, it wasn't a crash. So we're playing, I was making this point earlier. We're playing this, the good old games version of Gabriel Knight 2, which uses Scum VM, which is running in a Windows 10 virtual machine on a Mac. So it's like a emulator and a simulator and a virtual machine. It's like 3 layers deep. We're in the Inception universe. Now, apparently I must have clicked something that got me back to Windows, so we're fine. As we were. Emulatoception, you got it. Alright. Okay, let's look at the... Can we look at anything here? I feel like we can.
Looks like this isn't the first time there's been a shadow over Munich.
No, apparently there's many shadows over Munich. Over many years. Schottenjägers exist to make it all better. Get rid of the evil. Protect the good from the evil. Alright, so we'll just kind of walk along here. And ooh, clocks. I love clocks.
Cuckoo clocks.
I'm a big clock and watch person. We going?
Maybe later.
No.
I've got other things on my mind at the moment.
I've been trying to convince my wife for years to let me get a cuckoo clock. She will not do it. She won't let me have one. We go to this area, so I think most of you know I'm from Philly. So we go to this area called Peddler's Village in Lahaska, Pennsylvania. And they have this awesome Black Forest cuckoo clock place. Like legit cuckoo clocks from Germany. Oh, the Tiffy, I'm sorry to hear that. I love clocks. And so we always stop in there and I always see these awesome cuckoo clocks. And I'm like, come on, let's get like a small one. It won't be as loud. And I'll put it like in this room. You won't hear it at night. She won't let me have it. She will not let me have a cuckoo clock. I think it was this game that got me into the concept of cuckoo clocks too. But she won't let me have one, so it's moot. It's moot. Take a look at this. The ticking bothers. For me, the ticking is peaceful. One of the reasons I resisted getting the Apple Watch for so many years until during the holidays this past year was I liked the fact that I had mechanical watches that ticked. You could put your hand up, your ear up to the hand of your watch, you could hear it. And I just, I missed that. You said Vian and you built one out of a paper kit once. It didn't work, but it was fun to build. Was it supposed to have worked after you made it? Was that the goal? Or is it like just, it was supposed to be not functional?
That must be the famous Munich glockenspiel.
It's the glockenspiel. Supposedly, allegedly. I see.
That must be the famous...
Yeah, we saw that already. What about this?
She almost seems to be watching me.
I always feel like somebody's watching me. Anyways. No DMCA here. Is this anything?
Rathaus. That's a town hall. Rittersburg has one too.
Rathaus. Erbot von Georg von Halberisser. In den Jaren. I definitely butchered that. So 41 years. Okay. Good to know. Is that the amount of time it stood there? Or is that like the age of a person? See, I can't read it, so I don't know. I don't know. What about this story?
Lots of Nietzsche and Kant. I don't understand that stuff even when it's in English.
Same thing, Gabriel. Same thing. So for those of you just coming on in, we're playing some Gabriel Knight 2 for the PC on good old games, Scum VM, on a Windows 10 virtual machine and a Mac.
They're busy.
Playing some songs, nice music. Let's go check out the fountain here. I guess we can't click on it, right? Yeah, this is the joy of point-and-click games from the 90s, everybody. Call this pixel hunting. Anybody remember this? Alright, nothing to do here. It's like, just kind of like move around until something goes somewhere. So I see something over here. I already did that. But yeah, it's over here then. Dinerstraub. The Dinerstraub? Dinerstrabe? Dinerstrabi? Take your pick. I don't know. I don't know. Oh no.
I'd give it a shot, but I don't speak the language.
And I think the idea is you're supposed to feel like Gabriel, like, you're not supposed to know. Adds to the mystery.
Even their trash cans are clean.
It's a double S,
city.
okay. So Dinah Strauss? Is that what that said? Let me go back and read it again. Go back here. We don't get to see it again? No. It's whatever this said. I think it was like that. Oh, it's at the top, right here. Diener Strauss? Oh, they actually put S's in here for you to see. Strasse. Diener Strasse. It's Diener Strasse or Dinah Strasse?
Just more buildings down this way.
One of the things I've learned, by the way... Alright, cool. One of the things I've learned over the years is, like, when I ran Zophar's domain, I never had to really pronounce anything. Everything was just online and it was text, so it didn't matter so much if I didn't know how to say it, because I never had to read it. Now, ever since I started streaming, I realized, wow, there's a ton of words. I don't know how to pronounce them. Jeez. I gotta get good, as they say, right? Get good. Yeah, I don't think there's anywhere else we can go.
Just more buildings down this way.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere else, see? Alright. Well, is there anywhere else we can go? How about here?
It's a post office.
Oh, that says post! I can read that! Yes. post.
What should I mail?
Do we have anything to mail yet? No, we just have letters that we got, but nothing to actually mail. Alright, well, I think we can go out of here now, right? Probably here. I absolutely profess to be bad at pronouncing things. I will profess that. How about that? So, there's a hint button. This doesn't hurt anything. This is just, if you want to know like what you've explored, like, did you find everything you're supposed to? I don't really view it as a... You have to do it anyway. Like, you have to explore everything until there's nothing left anyway. So, pressing the hint button just tells you what you've seen and haven't seen. I'm going to refrain from using hint until the point where I don't know what to do, but there's a good chance I will be using it, so it can tell me what where I've been, where I haven't. Like they'll flash, you'll see, and if there's something flashing, it means there's something you missed there. So we'll remember that for later. I own it, that's right! The first step is admitting you have a problem. I have a pronunciation problem.
Hi,
But I'm trying.
Speaks English? I speak English. Were you looking for the biology lab? Yes, my name's Gabriel Knight. I was recommended to you by Herr Dr. Spiegel. Ah, yes, my name is Michael. I'll do the work for you whenever you're ready.
By the way, that was not an OBS thing you just heard where like the voice was mixed very far back. That's just the game. Like that scene, for whatever reason, I think is just not mixed very well. By the way, why is the water like frozen in time right here? Do you guys see this? Look at this. Like, it looks like someone turned on the sink and then took a picture and put it in. I feel like this whole scene in the game was probably rushed. They're like, we got to finish this part of the game, man. We got to get this out. You know, it's almost time. We got to release it. You know, the internet wasn't really prevalent in 1995 like it is now. So, you know, they did release patches to it, but not everyone had access to get said patches. Yes, very excessive green screening, I know. My green screen looks far better, but then again, it is 20-something years later, so... You take the good with the bad, you know. So what should we do? Let's talk to him.
I need to show him what I've got.
I gotta show him what I've got, the Tiffy. What should I show him? How about the paw?
Could you look at a paw print for me?
Sure, okay.
The white sausage. We didn't buy the white sausage, though.
This is heavy. What is this?
Gabriel didn't want it.
It's all out of plaster Paris.
Well. Yeah. Wolf?
It is
Really,
a
can you
wolf.
tell what species?
It is impossible to tell from a print, except...
Except?
Except what? What?
Yeah, I thought so. It is very big for a wolf. Very big. Looks like maybe 68, 70 kilograms.
That's big for a wolf.
This is huge. Most wolves don't weigh so much as they look. The hair is thicker, which makes them look bigger. But that's why I checked the book. Most species don't get so big.
How big does Canis lupus lupus get?
Yeah, basically.
On average, 38 to 40 kilograms. North American wolf, 35 kilograms. Only the Alaskan timber wolf maybe gets so big. But even for that species, 70 kilograms would be huge.
Very interesting. Thanks.
So it looks like a wolf print, but there's no known species that gets that big except for maybe that one, and even then it's kind of big for it. So that's some kind of special kind of wolf, everybody. It's a worgen, yeah. Send the wargs in. Get your warg riders. How about this fur?
Could you analyze this hair?
Let's see.
What will the hair tell us? It's not lupus. Very good. It's house. It's never lupus.
What kind of hair is it?
Well, I was kind of hoping you'd tell me.
House.
Of course, but it would help to have a general idea.
Roadhouse.
It's definitely not human.
Isn't it?
It's canine, I think. Red, brown. The tips are lighter, which indicates a thick undercoat.
Thank you, Gamers
Can
Uplink.
you identify the species?
And hi, Thomas Smith backwards as well.
Let me see.
And Gamers Uplink.
Yeah.
He's looking, he's looking. What will we find? What will we find? What will he uncover?
Ah, it's not canine. The tips are too broad. It's more like wolf.
Wolf hair. Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure. These don't match any other species in the book either.
So what is it?
It could be, how do you say, mix-up?
A mix-up.
Hybrid. It's a
You mean a
hybrid.
hybrid?
Hybrid. Oh, is that when the wolf and the dog? Yeah?
Right.
Yeesh.
Yeah, could be a hybrid, maybe.
Just had to put that
Wolf,
visual in
dog, two wolf species. A wolf
There you
and
go.
something else. Otherwise, I'm not sure. It's more wolf than dog, but it doesn't match any species in the book.
Same problem as the paw print, everybody.
See. Thanks.
So we're
Could
back
a
to
hybrid get as big as whatever
What
made
is
that
it?
paw print?
Sure.
Exactly.
A hybrid might be bigger than the wolf. If the other species were big, a very big dog, perhaps. You see, the paw print looks like a wolf, but that doesn't mean that the whole animal looks like a wolf.
good to know.
I need to show him what I've got.
So I think that's all we've got to show him right now. So we appreciate his time. We're going to keep looking around.
All right. Thanks.
Goodbye.
That's right, Gamers Uplink. Well said. All right, well, now let's see here. We've been to everywhere we can go as far as we know in Marion plots. We know Commissar Lieber was not at the police station at the time. I don't think we should go home yet. We still can't do anything at the zoo, so why don't we go check back there and see if anything has changed. The right question is werewolf. You ever see the movie, iRobot? iRobot? And it's like, you're not, my responses are limited. You must ask the right question. Then he finally asks the question about Sonny, and he's like, that, Detective Spooner, is the right question. And he disappears. I don't think we're going to get that kind of help, though. So, let's see. Can we do anything here yet?
That must be the entrance to the wolf habitat.
Nope. Still can't do anything with Alkirchen, okay. Maybe back to the police
No point
station?
in going back in there at the moment. I can't even try to talk my way in.
Okay, back to Marienplatz? Maybe her Ubergrau will tell us something new? We're getting close to that point where I might be, I might get stuck. But we'll see. Typically happens when you're approaching like closer and closer to the end of a chapter. Hello, Gamers Up. I said hello. How is your day going? And Thomas Smith backwards, how's your day going?
Hi. Have a seat, please.
Have a seat, have a seat.
How are you? I don't have anything else to say right now.
Good, good. I myself am also having a great, relaxing Monday. So, I think we just have to start showing them everything.
I'm not sure why I'd
I
want...
think we're up to that point in the game now where I'm not sure what to do.
I'm not sure why...
So we're just gonna like show him stuff?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Nope.
I'm not sure.
Nope.
I'm not sure.
Nope.
I'm not sure.
Still nope.
I'm not
A
sure.
big fat nope. Eh.
I'm not sure.
9. Okay.
Well, I guess I'd better get going.
Let's skip past that. We don't need to see that anymore. Can't buy anything from
I
her.
don't think she
because
speaks much
Gabriel
English.
doesn't want to buy any white
Besides,
sausage
she only
or
wants to
head
talk about
cheese
white
or half
sausages.
flesh or vice versa. So we'll keep going. Let's go fast forward to this part. We'll check down here again. Maybe there's something we missed. We know that's the post
What
office.
should I mail?
But there's nothing to mail yet.
I'd give it a shot, but I don't speak...
Just more buildings down this
More
way.
buildings. Yeah, nothing else we can do there. Alright, how about going back home? Whoops. You hit a major milestone on integration work, so you got through a major hurdle. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that you hit that milestone. Milestones are good. Make you feel accomplished. Oh boy, everybody, what do you think about this? Maybe back in Lockham? Or Lockham? However you pronounce that. Oh no. Let me get lost already this early in the game. Alright, let's go in here. Is there anything else here that we didn't do, maybe?
It is a gift. Better let Gracie know I'm on a new case.
Gamers Uplink, thanks so much for gifting a sub to Lena Lazuli. And Lena Lazuli, welcome to the realm and the domain. You are now an acolyte, and the support is greatly appreciated. Thanks so much. Look, we progressed. Going back home is allowing Gabriel to write a letter to Grace, who's back in New Orleans, watching the bookstore, St. Georg's Books. Rare books. We do actually have one empty emoticon slot. It's an animated slot. I just haven't filled it yet because I'm learning my craft, we'll say, of how to create a good animated GIF. So I promise I will fill that slot sooner rather than later. I appreciate your patience. So we wrote a letter to Gracie, or Grace Nakamura.
My letter to Gracie.
So I think now we can probably mail it back in Marion plots, and then maybe something will change. Let's try it. So we'll grab the keys and we'll pop them in the car. Da 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 da. Love paying gifts forward, my friends. All right. So yeah, let's do that. Let's go to Marion Plots, and let's mail this letter, and then we'll see what changes. Da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay. I love the graphics in this game. Like, even though it's full motion video, just like the scenery, like this stuff. Like, again, this was 1995. That was really well done. You didn't have stuff like this on consoles. Alright.
What should I mail?
What should I mail? This, right here. This envelope to Grace Nakamura.
Better mail that letter to Gracie.
Oh, this was also, they used to give you points in a lot of point-and-click games to let you know, like, that you found everything you're supposed to. So if you look at the upper right corner of the screen, we have 32 out of 679 points. All right. So now that that's mailed, I don't think we're going to find Georg and Gracie that easily. They're both in New Orleans, Louisiana, and we are in Munich, Germany. A little bit far away. You are quoting something, and I don't know where it's from, and I failed you. Tell me where it's from. I'm sure when you say the reference, I might know what it is. I know, I keep quizzing all of you on references, and now you give me one, I can't figure it out. Some Zophar I turned out to be. Ah, space, the final frontier. That phrase in and of itself is also from Star Trek. So how about that? Now, where should we go? Well, it wasn't from the second one, or the third one, or the fourth one. First or fifth? It is the fourth. The one with the whales. Was that when Kirk and Spock were on Earth trying to find the whales and Spock was dressed like a ninja? Yeah. I don't know why I don't remember the quote. I just have to watch it again. It's been a while since I saw the fourth one. where are we going now? So we mailed the letter, but now what? Shoot. I hadn't planned for this. Okay, let's try the zoo again. Maybe now something happens at the zoo. Oh, okay. Is that what they named the whales? Got it. Took me a little bit, Game Development, but you walked me through it, and I appreciate you for that. Alright, we're gonna go back to the Thalkirchen Zoo, and hopefully something is different here that lets us, like, explore stuff. Here we go. Something's different! Yay! The joy of point-and-click games.
Come on, boy. Hey, Wolfie, come on. Come on, Wolfie. Come on. Come on. Get the heck over here, will ya?
Well, that didn't work. Let's try again. Maybe something different will happen if we keep trying it.
Yeah, Wolf. Come on, Wolf. Come on. Come on.
Sausage!
It's like that, is it?
Like that, is it? It's gonna be like that. Alright, how about again?
I'd really like to get a closer look at one of those wolves.
Yeah, me too. This way
I'd
we
really
can
like to get a closer look at
can
one of
check
those
their
wolves.
fur, right? We probably are supposed to check their fur against the red fur that we found behind the farm. Oh! Someone's coming. Look, something's different. Well, let's chat with him.
Excuse me, do you speak English?
Yes?
Oh, thank God.
Great. Mind if I ask you some questions?
Yeah, okay.
So, we can ask about himself, about wolves, about missing wolves. Why don't we ask about himself?
Have you worked here long?
Thomas. Almost 1 whole year.
A year? Wow. I noticed you were pretty calm walking in that kennel. Guess wild animals don't bother you, huh?
The wolves, they're lazy during the day.
Lazy wolves. The guy that we're talking to, Thomas Smith backwards, or Gabriel Knight himself? Gabriel Knight appears to have brown hair, although I think he has black hair in the first and third games. I think it's like a green screen thing, why they changed his color. But the guy we're talking to, which is Thomas, I don't think he has red hair. He looks like he has dark hair.
So you carry a walkie-talkie.
The zoo is big.
Who normally gives you your instructions over that thing?
Kitchen, sometimes the health unit. For something really important, Dr. Klingman himself will call me.
Dr. Klingman.
Who's this Dr. Klingman you mentioned?
Dr. Klingman is in charge of the mammal division.
So I should speak to him about seeing the wolves up close.
You can try, but he won't let you.
Perhaps. Where could I find him?
In the administration area.
Nice. So there's a puzzle that's coming up in a little bit that I remember it because this is another one of those parts of the game where I was so frustrated and played this so many, like tried so many different ways from Thursday to figure it out. And this was one of the 2 areas in the game I had to cheat when I was a kid because I could not figure the darn thing out. So when we get to that part, I'll tell you that we're there, and we'll see if any of you can figure it out if you haven't played this game before I figure it out.
These wolves are fascinating,
See
aren't
who's paying
they?
attention.
Tried calling one over, but they weren't too obliging.
Apparently I wasn't.
Yeah, some people try that all day.
Is there any chance you could take me inside the kennel? I'd really like to see one of the wolves up close, kind of a research thing.
No way. No one will enter the kennel without authorization.
Well, that sucks. That's not the answer I was looking for. Well, tell me about the missing wolves then, Tomas.
I suppose you were around when those wolves escaped.
No, I don't work at night.
But you must have been here the next day, right? That people were pretty upset, what, with the police and everything?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that day was super crazy.
Can you tell me
Super
about
crazy.
Tell you what?
Well, for starters, how did the wolves get out? Tell me that.
So, how'd the wolves escape anyway?
Well, Dr. Klingman says the gate was left open after the night feeding.
What do you think?
The gate is heavy, it shuts itself. Maybe something was in the way, maybe a rock, I don't know. I'm only glad it was not me there. The boy who works that night has been, you know.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Kaput.
Fired.
Fired.
That sucks. Well, what do you think about the wolves killing people?
So, what do you think about these killings? Pretty scary, huh? Do you ever think those two wolves could do something like this?
I don't believe it is possible. Hilda and Parzival were fine with me, just like all the other wolves. Hilda, she liked to play. She was so young still.
She did.
How about, what did the wolves look like?
What did the two missing wolves look like, anyway?
Hilda was pretty. She had much white on her chest. And Parzival, he was bigger, thicker, more in the chest. He was 5 or 6 years old, maybe. Much darker than Hilda.
Dark? Dark what?
Dark gray. Both were gray. And most of the wolves here are. Hilda was light, but they get darker when they get older.
Is that right? Hey, thank you for your time.
That does not sound red to me. Right? That was reddish hair that we saw before. I don't know.
I can't think of anything else to ask.
What about Dr. Klingman? Maybe we can talk to him. Right? That's probably where this goes. Maybe he knows. Well, his hair looks blondish to me.
Come and see.
So I would say at this point of the game, we have not really met anyone
Kann ich Ihnen helfen?
with reddish hair.
I'm afraid my
I'm aware
German
of.
isn't very good. My name's Gabriel Knight. I'm an American novelist.
But would we all agree that Dr. Clement's hair seems blonde?
What can I do for you, Mr.
Seems
Knight?
blonde.
I'm researching a new book, and
Maybe dirty
I
blonde?
hear you're the expert in these parts. Could you spare a moment?
I
Please
guess.
sit down.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. Can we look around?
Yeah, doctor's coat.
I don't see anything in the bookcase but German textbooks. I don't see anything in the bookcase but
It's
German
funny, like,
textbooks.
you can hear that they were recorded at different times. Like, listen to this one.
Yeah, doctor's coat.
Then listen to this.
I don't see anything in the bookcase but German textbooks.
It's like the coat part was recorded in like a studio, and like this part was like, yo, Dean Erickson, listen, we don't have enough audio. We forgot to include this. Can you go grab your USB mic and just like talk into it? Like, just say these lines. That's what I've always thought anyway.
Yeah, the doc's definitely got a thing for wolves.
Same with that one.
Yeah.
So he likes wolves. Nothing wrong with
Can I
that.
ask you some questions?
Yes.
Thanks. You don't mind if I record this, do you?
That's fine.
Now, I'd have to say, there's no way that a normal zookeeper would let you record him. Like, it'd be like, who are you, dude? Why do you want to record me? Be like, no, you may not. But it's very important in this game you have the ability to record people, because you can play everything back, figure out the evidence, and like I said, there is a puzzle coming up soon where you will need that.
So, you're in charge of the zoo's mammal divisions.
Yes.
What kind of training do you need for that, Doc?
I realize you Americans hate titles, but people refer to me as Herr Dr. Klingman here.
Oh, we offended
A
him.
doctor will also do.
Sorry.
I have a doctorate from Heidelberg University. My field is animal behaviorist.
Fascinating.
Tell me about yourself.
I see you're particularly interested in wolves.
Yes, I'm quite well known for my wolf research.
You must have been horrified when two of your wolves escaped then.
Yes, it has been very unsettling.
Arr, it's very unsettling, me hearties. Why is the rum always gone? Research.
What kind of wolf research do you do, Herr Doctor?
I study wolf society here and in the wild.
Any insights?
Only that there is a purity to nature which human society lacks.
Meaning?
Life, reproduction, death. In nature there's a purpose to it, even if that purpose isn't pretty. We humans have forgotten our purpose.
We have.
Yes. Does a male lion say to the female, "I'm sorry, but I'm afraid to make a commitment"? Does a female wolf run off and leave her offspring to the male because she wants to mate with another wolf? Do hyenas need psychotherapy because they are guilty about their thieving nature?
You have a point.
Which I'm afraid I have overstated.
This guy loves his wolves.
Do your fellow scientists share your views?
Not often, no. Fortunately, I have found others who do.
Ooh, he's found others who do. What others? Who's he talking about? All right, we can ask about the wolves, and we can ask about the missing wolves. Let's ask about the wolves first.
I was speaking with one of your boys out front, Greg, was it?
No, there's no Greg on staff here. Do you mean Thomas?
Thomas, right.
Oh, clever little
Anyway, he's the one that
social
said to talk to you. Because I was wondering if there was any way I could get a closer look at one of the wolves for research.
I'm afraid this is not possible. We don't show our wolves to anyone. We must protect what privacy the creatures have.
Really? Well, gosh. Guess that's that.
Guess that's that. Did you see that little bit of social engineering that Gabriel just did there? That was a little shady. He's like, "Oh, I was talking to Greg. You mean Tomas?" Oh yeah. Jeez, even in the 90s, they were social engineering people. Tough, man. Tough.
Do you mind if we talk briefly about the missing wolves?
Is this relevant to your book?
Oh, yeah. You see, wolves are major characters in my new novel, and this case is quite unusual, isn't it?
I suppose it is. Very well.
Very well.
Actually, I know very little about the case, but I will tell you what I can.
Appreciate it.
All right. Let's ask, how long have the wolves been missing? Maybe Herr Dr. Klingman will give us some insight there. We can also find out about if he thinks that they actually did the mutilation killings. And why would they actually kill humans? He seems to love wolves, so I'd have to assume he probably doesn't think that. Maybe. Find out.
How long have the wolves been missing?
It's been about 2 months.
Jeez. Whew, that's a while, isn't it? Strange the police haven't seen hide nor hair of them, so to speak.
Get it?
Believe me, your sentiment is shared by the German public.
A little bit of a cold response. So do you think the zoo wolves are responsible for the mutilation killings?
Do you think the zoo wolves are responsible for the mutilation killings?
That is yet to be proven.
Because I've been wondering, what else could it be? Wild wolves, maybe?
Unfortunately, there are very few wild wolves left in Germany. Most were killed off by hunters decades ago.
Those pesky hunters.
Most.
A few remain in the Alps. But so close to a city like Munich, it's highly unlikely.
Any other suggestions?
I'm afraid I'm as confused as anyone, Mr. Knight.
So why would the wolves kill humans?
What I don't see is why wolves, if the killers are wolves, why wolves would attack humans.
Wolves are predators. Most carnivores are potential man-eaters given hunger enough and opportunity.
But weren't the zoo wolves raised among humans?
Yes. And therefore, they are not afraid of us.
I suppose.
So he thinks that it might be them, or maybe not. How do they choose their victims?
How does a wolf choose its victims?
Have you ever heard of the language of death?
The language of death.
You may have heard that wolves often choose the young, the old, or the sick as prey. Until recently, many thought this was some sort of natural selection going on, survival of the fittest. But now some of us are finding it is much more complicated than that. We have observed, for example, wolves surround a sick moose cow. The creature was helpless, yet she stood up and glared back at her would-be killers. The wolves dispersed. Or a healthy bull who ran off alone when he sensed wolves, making himself an easy target for no apparent reason. Researchers now believe that there's a kind of primal language going on.
Interesting.
I am death, the wolf says. Are you ready to go? And the victim, by its actions, says, yes, I am ready, or no, you will not take me now.
What if their prey doesn't know the language of death?
This is a big problem, particularly for the wolves. When wolves come across domesticated animals who do not know how to play the game, they're confused. They start slaughtering, and they have no sense for when to stop. That is why farmers have hunted wolves to extinction in most parts of the world.
Well, that certainly gives me something to think about.
You gotta know the language of death, my friends. All right, now what?
Can't think of what else to ask him.
Anything else in here?
Yeah, the doc's definitely
Yeah,
got
we
a...
know that.
Looks like office equipment back there.
All right, check that. All right.
Thank you for your time, Doctor.
Not at all.
So maybe our next move should be to go back to Marienplatz and see if our lawyer, Herr Ubergrau, has anything else to tell us. And then we might have to ask for a hint. I don't know yet, but I think we might be close to that puzzle. Yeah, I know, right? It's like the tape recorder should still be back there, but oh, it's like a magic trick. Look, it's right there. Hey.
My new tape recorder. A dual mount.
It's magic, the Tiffy. It's video game magic. Alright, so we'll go back here, see if he has anything new to say. If he doesn't, we might have to go home and check one more thing. Yeah, he seemed pretty suspicious. A little too suspicious to be Vega.
Have a seat, please.
How are you?
Now then,
I don't have anything else to say right now.
my inner sanctum.
Nick's Sunday Cinema Seance. Thank you for the resubscribe. You remain an acolyte of the realm and the domain, and your support is greatly appreciated. In addition to that, Herr Ubergrau has nothing else to say, and we have nothing new to show him. So I think we need to go home. And we probably are ready for the puzzle. But we're going to check one last thing before we do that. We're going to go back to the zoo, and we're going to try one more time to see those wolves. Then we're going to talk about what I think is the puzzle. Nick's, wow, I can't talk. Nick's Sunday Cinema Seance. In order to see the B video, that's actually a silver redemption. So if you click the little S on your screen and you scroll down, that is the video The Bees. It costs 1,500 silver. I have not made it an exclamation point command just yet. Okay, so let's try to see the wolves.
I'd really like to get a closer look at one of those wolves.
So we know in order to progress, we have to look at those wolves. Tomas is not helping us. Her Dr. Klingman said no. So we are now going to ask for a hint. Is there some expensive bees? I might drop the silver redemptions on them. I haven't decided yet. I'm still playing around with the values. Well, according to this...
The bees! The bees!
There you
the
go.
bees! Just like that, like 5 times. Like.
Gamers Uplink, thank you for redeeming the bees for Nick's Sunday Cinema Seance. He appreciates you. I appreciate you as well. So as you see here, there are things to do everywhere except at the police station. So we're going to go home, because I do know that the puzzle that we're about to do, which I think is now, it requires you to be home where no one's around. Alright, so now the puzzle. This is the interesting part here. So, let's see, we'll go inside. So it's at this point, you're probably wondering, what the heck do I do? Or, which way should I go now? And if I remember, no matter what you do at this point, if you don't do this next step, you will never progress. You will be stuck here forever. Is he lodging where the murder was? Yes, the Tiffy. He is totally lodging where the murder was. I don't know if you came in at the very beginning, but when all the villagers from Rittersburg came up to the castle, he told them everything that happened, and then he asked Gabriel if he wouldn't mind staying on the farm to see what he can see. So it was purposely he's staying on this farm, away from his castle, to try to investigate. Yeah, to eat him, exactly. To eat him. I don't think he had red hair either, by the way, that the gentleman told him to do that. So, the puzzle's coming up. I'm going to try to remember how to do this. I think we're supposed to click on the tape here. Okay. Yeah, this is how you do it. So, first of all, I want to say, how you're supposed to know to do this, I have no idea. It's one of the 2 areas in the game I needed to cheat. Get a little help on. Because when I show you what you're supposed to do if you've never played this, you're going to be scratching your head here. But you basically talk to everyone you can. Everyone's just repeating themselves. It tells you there's 4 more places you have to go to, but you've already done all of it. Up, up, down, down, left, right, select, start, select does not give you 30 lives in this game. None of that will work. You just have to know how to get to the wolves using your tape recorder. So, before we do it, I'll give you a tiny hint, and tell me if you have any idea what you're supposed to do. You have to get Tomas, that's the gentleman that was outside of the wolf enclosure. You have to get Tomas to let you see the wolves, using this tape recorder. That's more information than the game gives you. I'm giving you a tiny bit of it. What do you think you're supposed to do? Give him the sausage. Yes, the Tiffy. You got it, man. You're supposed to give him the sausage. And then he will throw it back at you and tell you to get the heck out in German. So we will not give him the sausage. Instead, yeah, exactly. Show him his boss knows his name. Well, you're getting close when you say show him something. And something about his name. So some of the words you're saying are actually close. Values him. Well, keep going. Make a mix CD. Very close next Sunday Cinema Seance. But it's not a CD. It's more like a mixtape. You're supposed to make a mixtape. So the whole purpose of the tape recorder in this game, there's 2 purposes. One is to listen to people's tapes. So like if I load Tomas here and I hit play, we can listen back to everything he said.
Walkie-talkie. The zoo is big.
We're going to lie to him,
Normally gives you your instructions over
so we can stop it. So you see, everything that is said in this game is recorded on tapes. Everything from Ubergraus here, see? We can load Klingman in A. Everything he's got. So what you're supposed to do, and I still to this day don't know how you figure this out. Like I don't know anyone that's really figured this out themselves. At least this part coming up. Is you're supposed to take what Klingman says and make a mixtape out of it so that it puts together something that allows you to see the wolves. In other words, you're tricking Tomas. So, we load Klingman in here and we put a blank tape in here, and we click splice. You enter this puzzle screen where you have to decide from every single thing her Dr. Klingman has said to you which words, and you have to be perfect, just so you know, you have to be perfect or it won't work. A string of words that will get Tomas to show you the wolves. No joke. Yes, cassette tapes. We're getting super retro here, Dark Max. So, analog reference. Hint. Even with the hints, how would you even get to this part? Raise your hand if any of you thinks you ever would have figured out you're supposed to load Klingman's tape into A, a blank tape into B, and click splice, and that's a thing that you should do now. The only indication the game gives you is, I really want to see those wolves, and there's nothing else for you to do. You've exhausted everything else. So, you know, I'm all about games not holding your hand, but this was one of the two areas in the game that just drove me berserk because it's just not obvious. Now, once you get to this point, if you use the hints, you can get through it. So, I'm going to use hints. I actually do know, it's burned into my brain. I do know what you're supposed to do here, but we're going to go one at a time because we're going to pretend like we're a player. It's playing for real. You get stuck at this point. So back then, there wasn't really a lot of Googling to be had, so it was more like call the Sierra line, or you could go to Sierra.com and stuff like that. In the early days of the internet, they did exist. The site did exist. And the fact would tell you that you have to put together a mixtape. So I'd stop there and say, okay, A, B, load, let's try to figure this out. So now we're going to click on hint.
First things first, I need to address my audience.
You're close, the Tiffy, yes. So you have to address your audience, right? So we know that we're trying to trick Tomas into showing you the wolves. So we have to find his name, right? Because it's going to be Dr. Klingman is talking to Tomas. This is totally identity theft. Do not try this at home, my friends. This is highly illegal in real life. And Zophar would never ask anyone to do anything illegal. So, let's go find Tomas. So we'll go through this message. There is no Greg on staff. Do you mean Tomas? So we'll click on Tomas. Right? So this is probably correct. Now what? What do you do next? So I'm Dr. Klingman. And I'm calling him. And I'm like, Tomas? What would he say next? Let's get a hint.
I think I'll need to voice some authority here.
I'll have to voice some authority here. Well, we want him to know that it's Dr. Klingman talking to him, right? So we go through all the text. Look, Herr Dr. Klingman here. So, and again, the game expects you to just know this with those little hints. Tomas? Herr Dr. Klingman here. So now what do? We have addressed our audience. We have told Tomas who we are. Now we got to get him to show us the wolves, right?
Now it's time to shoot for the grand prize.
Shoot for the grand prize. That's helpful as hell. So, let's see. We don't show our wolves to anyone. Show our wolves to... All three of the games are very hard. That's why, like, when I was watching Rig play it earlier, Gabriel Knight 1, because he's playing 1 right now, Retro Island Gaming, I wished him well. I said, good luck. He's like, oh, I'm not above using a FAQ. I said, don't worry about it. I use the FAQ in all the games. The games are hard as hell. And some of the puzzles are just ridiculous. This is one of them. So show our wolves to Mr. Knight. See, can't click hint anymore. So now if I click transfer...
Thomas, Herr Dr. Klingman here. Show our wolves to Mr. Knight.
And there you are. Now if I hit exit, we have a spliced tape.
Gotta love it.
And that is what you're supposed to do. So, for the vast majority of people that I've ever known that have played this game, this is the point everyone gets stuck. And many people stop playing it because of this. It's a really great game, and absolutely we got to stick with it. But I don't know how you would ever figure that out without any help. I don't know anyone that ever has. I'd be interested in knowing if there's someone, but you wouldn't be able to prove it now. I mean, someone could say, oh yeah, I figured it out. Well, did you really? I'm enough to admit, humble enough to admit that I could not figure that out myself. So, now that we've done that, it only stands to the logic that we should go and use that tape to get Tomas to show our wolves to Mr. Knight. So let's do that. Take the keys, grab the Volkswagen. Love me some Volkswagens. Alright, so let's go back to Thalkirchen, to the zoo! America! Back to the zoo, back to the zoo. We're definitely not in America right now. We are in Munich.
I'd really like to get a closer look at one of those
Oh,
wolves.
we will, Gabriel, we will. Now, we have to... I think we're supposed to wait for Tomas to show back up, maybe? Maybe if we go here. Yeah, there you go.
That must be the entrance to the wolf habitat.
Where are you, Tomas? Do we have to wait here? Let's save while we're here, actually. Are we supposed to just wait? Check something real quick. Okay, good. Making sure it's there. No, that's not working. What if we go back to Herr Dr. Klingman and then out again? He's not even here. Oh, right. That's right. Of course. Because we have to play the tape in the office. Which means we have to find a phone or that walkie-talkie he was on before. Probably the walkie-talkie. Right. Yeah, there you go. No mud pies. No mud pies. How about the coat? What do we got? What do we got? We got paper. Okay, well, that could come in handy later. I don't think that's going to help us at the moment. Let's go look at it, though.
It looks like a receipt.
Jagstein. Jagstein? Got Stephen Klingman on it. That must be his first name. Oh, there's some kind of weird characters here.
There's some carbon on the back, but I can't make out what it says.
Looks backwards, doesn't it? Oh my word. Yeah, OMG is right. Retro Island Gaming, how are you? Welcome on in, Raiders. What a massive, massive raid. What?
Now then, what brings you to my inner sanctum?
So, I'm Zophar. I ran a website back in the 90s, Zophar's Domain. Kind of took a 20-year vacation, came back recently, started streaming again. But enough of all that. I would ask you what game you were playing, Rig, but I know exactly what game you were playing. You have been playing Gabriel Knight 1 all night long. All night long, all night. I'll give you a shout out, but I'm pretty sure everybody here knows who you are. You are the amazing Rig. Retro Island
Secure all
Gaming.
positions. Here we go.
See what clip we get for you.
Charge! Full ahead.
And
Next
yoink.
up, Zophar's Domain.
Well, touche, my good man. Hans, it's Hans! You remember the first time I asked you what the Hans thing was all about? I'm like, Rick, what happens if... That's a very funny clip. I'm like, what happens if I redeem this? You're like, you just annoy everybody. I'm like, sweet.
Next up,
That's hilarious.
Zophar's Domain.
Still going, too.
We got some really crazy recursion going on here. Oh, man. So, Zerodyne, Vesimex, DW Magus, Daneth89, Cubby 2 Tone, MP83 Livestream, and Dragon. Thank you so much for the follows and for joining the realm in the domain. Your support is greatly appreciated. And DW Magus, thank you so much for your kind cheer of exactly 69 bits. Greatly appreciate that. I'm pretty active on Twitter, so I'll post my little social media link for you here. Feel free to give me a follow on Twitter, because I do tweet quite a bit. And I am on Discord.
Here we go.
So if you want to chat before or after the stream, come on down to my channel. I'm happy to chat. I also love feedback. So anything you see that you think could be better, you just let me know. But I am curious, Rick, how far did you get? When I stopped in a couple hours ago, as you know, and I saw you were, I think you were at the part, like it looked like you were talking to your grandma. What night did you get, or what day did you get to?
I've decided to destroy it forever, starting right here with you. Nothing can save you now.
Palorzen and True Toners, thank you also for the follows and for
Secure
joining the
all
realm of the domain.
positions.
Your
Here
support
we
is
go.
also greatly appreciated.
Full ahead.
You got to day 5.
Next
Okay, so you're
stop,
pretty deep into the game then. That's
Zophar's
good.
domain.
That's really good for for the first day you tried playing it. We were just talking. You actually came in right after. Well, no, we're still kind of doing the puzzle, but the second hardest puzzle in this game, we're in the middle of completing right now.
Secure all positions. Here we go.
Oh! It looks like a hype train is close. A hype train is
Next
close.
stop, Zophar's domain.
Brexia, thank you so much for the resubscribe. I realize I'm way ahead of the alerts, by the way. I just don't want to miss anybody. So, Vrexia, you'll see your alert shortly. Thank you for the resubscription and for staying an acolyte of the realm and the domain. Your support is also greatly appreciated.
Secure all positions. Here we go.
Oh, it looks like a hype train is starting.
Full ahead. Next stop.
There's only one thing we can do when the hype train
domain.
starts. We gotta play the hype train music. Let's get the hype train going. Let's get it going. Of course, iTunes is deciding at this very moment to fight me. There we go. Boom. All right.
Full ahead. Next stop, Zophar's domain.
So right now, we're about to get for Dr. Klingman's voice that we just recorded onto a spliced tape into a walkie to play it for Tomas, who's over there. So let me give you a quick backstory since you all just came in. So Gabriel Knight 2, I'm not going to spoil Gabriel Knight 1 since you just watched him play half the game. But after the events of Gabriel Knight 1, Gabriel Knight ends up moving to Germany. So we're in Germany right now.
Zophar 1 billion.
And we're trying to figure out right now how to get Tomas to show us the wolves, because there's werewolves that are like, allegedly werewolves, that are terrorizing people and murdered this little girl, and they're on the loose, and you're trying to find out, like, is it werewolves, is it wolves, why is this happening, who is it? Pretty crazy. Yeah, we're visiting Master Gregor, exactly. So, yes!
DW Magus cheer 200 bits for the hype train.
DW Magus, thank you so much for the 200 bits for the hype train. Your support is super appreciated. I hope you enjoyed the rendition of the Picard song. And we are almost caught up. Palorzen, True Toners, Witchy Chai, Board Game Heaven. Thank you so much for the follows and for joining the realm and the domain. Your support is greatly appreciated. Now let's get caught up in chat here, because, oh my word, there's so much to chat about here. What do we all got? Adventure Josh is sorry he's never clicked on the banners back then. It is totally fine. To be honest, the majority of the money that I made from Zophar's domain in the late 90s, I gave to my staff. They did a hell of a job helping to maintain it, and they're far better people than I maintain it to this day. So don't feel bad at all. Any amount of support, just you visiting the site, absolutely helped us out a lot. No worries at all. So, MP83 livestream, a face for the website. Isn't it great to have a face to the name? Yep, DW Magus, thank you again for those 69 bits. I really appreciated it. Hans is Eternal. Hey there, Atari Beer Pong. Thanks for coming on in. Yep. Retro Island Gaming is using the Lucia emoticon. That's my newest one, actually. Thank you for using the Lucia emoticon. She is awesome. That's from Lunar 2 Eternal Blue, which we will eventually stream. Oh, got to do it again.
Sales_cheer 200 bits. Wolves Club.
Sales, thank you so much for the 200 bits. Greatly appreciate the support. Point and clicks get much easier if you learn the language. That is absolutely true. We were just talking about the language of death actually earlier with the good doctor, Herr Dr. Klingman. DW Magus understands that statement perfectly, absolutely. The Tiffy is confused and going to get the boys. So, the Tiffy, enjoy. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Maybe you can stop on back when you're done picking up the boy. Hey there, Vexia. Thank you for the lark. It's greatly appreciated. And yes, Palerism, Gabriel Knight 2 is amazing, and it's my favorite game of the three. How many of your friends are wolves? Full motion video, FTW, you know it. And you're reminded of the Data and Picard video. Have I seen that one? I've seen so obviously this is from the this is actually maybe not obviously, but this is from the Picard song, which they made into a video a few years after the song came out. But it sounds like there might be another meme out there I gotta check out. Board Game Heaven. You're gonna tell me about that.
Right here with you.
Oh, okay, the Dippy.
Nothing can save you now.
Board Game Heaven, thank you so much for the 10 bits for the train, greatly appreciated. Retro Island Gaming. This game is 6 CDs long. It's actually the only FMV game that I remember being more discs than this was Phantasmagoria 1, which is 7 discs. I actually have the discs in my attic. I didn't bring them down because, if I'm being totally honest, I did this on a whim. I decided to make Mondays Mac Mondays, where I play point and click, PC, retro, any kind of like PC stuff. And I wasn't sure what I was going to play, and then seeing your stream last night, you playing Gabriel Knight 1, and this being one of my favorite PC games of all time, I was like, man, I gotta play Gabriel Knight 2. Brig, you inspired me, man. So unfortunately, I didn't bring the discs down with me to show them off, but I will absolutely show them at the next stream that I'm on, so you can see. I have the collector's edition of Gabriel Knight, which came with 1 and 2. I bought that right before 3 came out in 97 or 98, I want to say, roughly. All right. Well, we can close down our hypey hype music here. And it is time to show our wolves to Mr. Knight. Ooh, that's a nice little collection of icons there, Board Game Heaven. So, we got the splice tape. We got a jacket. We have to figure out where the walkie-talkie is.
A small thank you to Zophar #1.
Adventure Josh, thank you so much for the $2 donation. I really appreciate that. And I just realized, for all of my custom alerts, I never made one for donations. Oh my god. Well, thank you for doing that, so now I know that when this stream is over, I'm going to make a custom alert for donations. You're keeping me on my toes. I love it. I think we're supposed to... I think it's this... I think it's in the coat somewhere. No, not in the coat. Okay. Is it on the desk? Yes, it's on the desk. When Wolf. Yep, many, many, many discs. This game took up, like, I want to say... something close to 3 gigs, somewhere around there. And, you know, in 1995, this was actually really high quality full motion video. It doesn't even look that bad today.
Thomas?
Yeah, Thomas here.
Herr Dr. Klingmann here. Show our wolves to Mr. Knight?
Ja, okay, Herr Doktor.
Yeah, Adventure Josh, you're absolutely, you make a great point. When I implemented that, I didn't... Oh, hold on.
I'm afraid I was just about to leave.
I don't want to talk over the voice.
That's all right. Perhaps another day.
Perhaps. Good luck with your work, Mr. Knight. After you?
After you, Mr. Knight. One sec, Adventure Josh, I want to make a point on that, because you're absolutely right.
Oh, hello, Mr. Knight. I have orders to show you one of the wolves.
Really? That would be swell.
Please stay calm and go slow. They don't like strangers.
Isn't this crazy that he's letting you into the wolf habitat because you tricked him with a splice? Like, wouldn't you think something's up with that? Like, I don't even think it was that great of a splice. Like, it sounded like off. Like, show our wolves to Mr. Knight. Like, you can tell it's part of a... But I guess if it's over a walkie-talkie and maybe he's just not expecting it, I guess it makes sense.
This is a special treat I use to make them come to me. They love it. Marguerite, komm hier. Komm mal hier, Mädchen.
Come on, Marguerite, what are you doing? Come on over.
Marguerite, schau mal, was ich hier hab.
Being a stubborn wolf.
Komm mal her.
Hey, girl. Good girl.
What a good girl.
Strange, she likes you.
That's right. The gloves don't fit, you must quit.
Way with women.
Alright, so before I do this, actually, I don't know. Are we on a timer here? I better do this, then I'll make that
He's
point.
wearing a tag.
Oops. I just clicked past it by accident. But what he would have said was all the wolves here wear one. It's sad that I remember that.
Stop that.
This is a very bad idea. Don't try this at home, everybody. Don't ever pet a wolf. They are wild animals.
Sorry.
They will try to eat you if they are not trained. And you can't really... You can only train a wolf so far. They're not dogs. And I'm not a wolf expert, by the way. Uh-oh. That was not a happy wolf. Run, Gabriel, run!
You should not have done that, Mr. Knight.
She seems so tame, just like a dog.
Wolf is not dog, Mr. Knight.
Sorry, really.
Yeah. Well, at least nothing happened. Are you done here now?
Yeah, thanks. I'll put in a good word for you with Klingman.
Oh, wunderbar.
Wunderbar. So, I want to make a point here real quick regarding the donations, Adventure Josh. You're absolutely right. I actually, when I first started streaming a couple of months, it's crazy, it's only been 2 months, but a couple months ago when I started streaming, I was just picking different things, and so I picked Streamlabs for some of the alerts and for the donos, and then I found out, you know, all of the stuff that happened last year, the whole controversy between OBS and Streamlabs, and I was like, oh man, that's crazy. So I actually changed over to OBS. I'm using vanilla OBS right now, and eventually, yes, I will change over the donations. So you and I are completely aligned on that. I think that's pretty wild what all took place. So yeah, vanilla OBS is friggin' awesome. It originally, like, I was worried about it because the learning curve seemed high a few months ago, but once I knew how it worked, and you know, the flexibility that it gives you is friggin' awesome. It has a huge community. They get frequent updates. Like, I absolutely see why everyone was trying to tell me 2 months ago, use OBS, use OBS. And this is why. So, yeah, I agree. I was actually using Twitch Studio to start out, and you know, it served its purpose, but yeah, vanilla OBS is the best way to go. 100% agreed. Yeah, I would say there's no... I would say this. I would say if you're a brand new streamer, you've never done it before, you don't know what you're doing, and you want to get started as fast as possible, it's good. Like, it's good to start Twitch Studio. But once I started wanting to, like, do more and have, like, more cool things and more control, nah, it's too beta still. No knock on the people at Twitch, they're awesome, but it doesn't do what, like, for my purposes now, OBS it does what I need it to do. It's also a lot faster. I'll tell you, my CPU usage on my 2019 iMac here never gets above 25 to 30% on OBS, whereas with Twitch Studio, it would regularly get like 70, 80%. Like, it was crazy. And then if I tried to, like, go on another streamer's channel to do a raid, like, it would get really slow. Like, but OBS, I don't have that problem at all. So, I hear you, Adventure Josh. I definitely hear you. I'll give a little savey save here, because you know me with the saves. Where are we? Zophar Day 1. And now that we saw the wolves, I think it's time to take the wolf hair we found and bring it to the university. So, a little background, since many of you just came in from the rig raid. Where we started was after the whole, will you investigate for us and find out who murdered his daughter? We're staying at the Huber farm. The Huber's daughter was murdered by, they believe, a werewolf. So we went and we found some hair at the farm and a paw print. And we brought that to the university, and the university told us that both the hair and the paw print came from something that looked like a wolf, but it was too large to be a wolf. Maybe it was a hybrid of some sort, but not a regular wolf. No known wolf species. So we walked around, we saw our lawyer. Our lawyer gave us some ideas on some things we could do. We wrote a letter to Grace Nakamura, which you all know Grace Nakamura from Gabriel Knight 1. In this game, she's at the bookstore in New Orleans, where we left her. And you write her a letter. And so now that we have the hair from the wolves in the zoo, and we know a few wolves from the zoo escaped, so we're thinking maybe it's those wolves, we're going to go to the university now, and we're going to go have him check out that sample and tell us what he sees. So here we go.
Ah, hello, Mr. Knight. Hey.
But I want to pet it. Yeah, I don't. It looks cute, but no. No, I like my hand. I want to keep my hand. So we're going to go and take this hair. Check it out real quick.
Hair from Marguerite. It's gray.
Another thing to point out, everyone, is that they changed all of the actors for Gabriel Knight 2. None of the originals make an appearance in this. I guess, voice acting is one thing, acting in person's another. Not all voice actors are great actors and vice versa. Or maybe it was cheaper, or both. But just to be clear, like when you see and hear Grace Nakamura, when you hear Gabriel's voice, that's not Tim Curry. He does come back for the third one, though. But in this one, it is Dean Erickson. So, here we go.
Could you look at this hair sample now?
Yeah. Ah, this is not the same as the other hair.
It isn't. Different.
Very different. Maybe wolf, though. Let me see. Yeah.
Well, we already know what it is. This, I guess we'll say this is for comparison's sake. Very forensic.
Yeah. Aha. Yes. Canis lupus lupus. European wolf.
Good evening,
the
Master
other was
Gregor.
definitely not Canis lupus lupus.
No, it was not at all the same.
So
the
far,
other
so
was
good.
much bigger, more thick.
I see.
So you see that?
Thank you.
So the wolf that we gave him at first, the hair and the paw print, was much, much bigger. This wolf is Canis lupus lupus, which is the wolf, the European wolf, and we just obviously saw them because we got the sample from them. So they are not the same. So now that he has all of that,
I don't know what else to show him.
we need an analysis comparing all of that. We need a report. So do we leave? I don't think we have anything else we can show him, right? This won't do anything.
I don't
right?
think I need Michael to analyze that.
Yeah, that'll be for later. We don't the tape, obviously not. That'd be funny. Yeah, here, take the tape. I wonder what happens if we try showing the tape if he says something different.
I don't think I need Michael to analyze that.
Nah, nothing funny. Okay, let's exit out.
I have to go.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
I should give you a report to take with you. Yeah.
It's not lupus lupus.
Summarizes my impressions of
House.
the 2 hair samples
Roadhouse.
and the paw print. Yeah?
Great. I appreciate it.
Good luck, Mr. Knight.
By the way, Rig, I hope this isn't spoiling anything for you if you do intend on playing 2. The good news is you're very, very early in right now, so you're not going to see any of the stuff that happens later on this stream. I would say that the only thing that's going to get...
Secure all positions.
The only thing that might get spoiled is the puzzle that I just did. But if you don't know how I did it, I won't tell you how I did it. Just don't watch the VOD back. Because that's... I was telling the chat before you guys raided. Thank you again, by the way, for the raid. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. But before the raid happened, we were doing that puzzle, and you're probably going to have to use a fact. Not that I doubt your ability, but I don't know anyone that has ever figured that last part out without cheating. I don't know anyone. Oh, we got a couple follows going on here.
Zophar's domain.
Elvish Cat and Pantless Cat. Thank you so much for the follow and for joining the domain and the realm. Your support is greatly appreciated. Alright, so the hint button over here, everyone, I was telling the chat earlier about this. Master Gregor, thank you so much for cheering 70 bits. I really appreciate your support. If you click hint, all it does is tell you where you still have to go to finish the chapter. So this is the button you click if you are stuck. You've done everything you can everywhere. You've talked to everyone you think you can. You've showed everyone whatever items, and you're like, what the hell do I do now? Or which way should I go now? A la Seventh Guest. So we have 2 more places we haven't finished. Lockham, which is the farm, the home, and then Marienplatz, which is like the main street, main square area. So I think we're supposed to go to Marienplatz. I have a feeling that we did enough now where we can talk to Herr Ubergrau, maybe? That's our lawyer. Where is the Hot Wizard shirt, right? I did get a really cool Shining Force shirt. I don't know if you guys are familiar with ShiningForceCentral.com. We used to host them in Zophar's domain many years ago. Shining Moogie, awesome person. Shining Moogie recently started streaming as well. And Shining Moogie has this awesome store where you can buy Shining Force shirts. So I went and bought myself, and I wasn't wearing it today because we're not playing Shining Force today, but I will be playing it on the next stream, which is tomorrow night. But it actually is, it says Shining Force at the top, and it's got a picture of Jogurt from the first Shining Force. Elvish Cat, no, this is not my first time with Gabriel Knight 2. I actually played this game several times back in the mid-90s. So this came out in 95. And I played it, I would say, for a good couple of years. Like, even though with full-motion video games, most people don't play them over again, I love the story in this game so much, and I love the soundtrack so much, that I played this a bunch of times. And actually, if you scroll down and look at my About menu, I list, like, some of my favorite video games. This is one of them. So, Rig, yes, although I always intended on streaming GK2 eventually, you inspired me last night. I saw you playing GK1. I said, oh, man, it's time. I gotta play some GK2. I can't watch GK1 without wanting to play GK2. So well done. Well played. So, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to show him something.
How are you?
But I don't know... what. That's right. Gabriel. Gabriel Ritter. All right, talk to me about Jagschein.
What is it?
Or Jagschein?
Jagschein. Does that make sense?
Probably Jagschein.
Yeah, Jagdschein.
Jagdschein.
It is a permit for killing animals, a sport.
Jagdschein.
You mean hunting? It's a hunting license?
Yes, hunting license.
What would a zoo official want with a hunting license?
What indeed. Well, what about, let's see. So this is the analysis.
So much for the old zoo wolves theory.
I thought we're supposed to show them a few
Unfortunately, the
things.
report doesn't exactly reek of another solution.
So let's analyze what we know. Strands of gray hair. We'll call that the control group. We went to the zoo. We were, petting the wolf, which was a horrible idea. Never do that at home. And after careful study, testing concludes the hair is wolf. Canis lupus lupus. Fine. Then we got, in the farm, we found reddish-brown hair and we found paw prints. And analysis of both indicates something that looks wolf-like, but does not match any known wolf species. So that's important to know. So can we show any of that to him? Does he care?
I'm not sure why I'd want to
He
show
does
him
not
that.
care. What about this receipt that we found? Which was the Jagdschein sheet.
I'm not sure why.
No? Okay. We talked to him?
I don't have anything
Nope.
else.
All right, then I think it's time to go home and analyze this receipt, because if you look at the back, remember, this looks like backwards text, doesn't it? Can't tell what it says. So let's go home and see if we can decipher it.
Well, I guess I'd better get going.
Well, enjoy your stay.
It's never fails to crack me up every time you leave here, because you're playing with the little globe thing on his desk. He is so OCD, I love it. I am too, by the way. Alright, so we're going to go home to the farm, to Lockham. Or Lockham. Does anybody know how you actually pronounce that? Is it Lockham or Lockham? Like a guttural ch? I don't think I've ever been saying it right. You'd figure all the times I played this game I'd know how to pronounce things, but nope. Nope. Lockham? Or Lockham. Alright, we're gonna go inside. Soft guttural. Lockham. It was written Locham, I think. All right, so we got a mirror. Yeah, like that. Whoa, I did it again. That's the second time I've done that today. Get back in there. Get back in there, good old games. Yeah, we're doing a very Zophar thing. We're playing Gabriel Knight 2, the good old games version, using the Scum VM emulator in a Windows 10 virtual machine running on Parallels on a 2019 iMac. Is that not the most Zophar thing ever? I just thought you'd appreciate that. And actually, it's running pretty good. It's just every now and then, I for some reason, I keep clicking out of it. I don't know why I do that. Okay, I think we're supposed to hold this up. So CH like chur, like this, lachem, like that? Or ch? Is it ch like cheese? Or ch like bach? Oh, the Tiffy. You should know if you come to one of my streams. The craziness is never over. But if you're asking if the initial raid fun has calmed down a bit, the answer is yes. But we love the awesomeness. We love the craziness. Like Bach. All right. So it's Lachem, like that. We love the craziness here. Never stop being crazy. Right? Steve Jobs did a whole poem about it. Here's to the crazy ones.
54 Dienastrasse.
54 Dienastrasse. Okay, that's helpful. I wonder if Ubergrau is going to know anything more about that. We saw that one already. So if we click on this now, will he say it?
Koniglitz Bay Rich Halfjad Lodge. 54 Dienastrasse.
The plot thickens. O like O. So, Lochem. Like that. How close am I? Lochem? Lochem. Okay, got it. See, I'm learning. Awesome things I learn. Okay, so we're going to get back in our car, the awesome Volkswagen. The 90s Volkswagen. Actually, it looks more like an 80s Volkswagen, doesn't it? I wonder what year that car is. What Lena loves Lisa. Alright, and if we click on hint, we'll see there's nothing to do except to go to Marienplatz. Tiffy, are you finding me difficult to hear or the game audio? The game? Okay, is anybody else hearing that where the game audio sounds too low? Because I can change the mix. Today's the first time I ever tried streaming a PC game. So, if you think it could be a little bit loud... Oh, it's not my audio? You think it's just the mix of the game? Okay. Well, I can up it. Oh, I did it again. Jesus. There we go. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying, Tiffy. I got you now. I got you. I understand. Alright, I think we're supposed to go back to Ubergrau. We're going to do that first. So in here we go. And then into here. And there be Ubergrau. There he be.
Ah, hi. Have a seat, please.
Ubergrau.
How are you?
Can we talk to him? Yup. Oh boy. Let's see. Let me try to say this word. I'm going to butcher this. Die Königlich Bayerisch Hofjulage? Maybe? Something close to that? Let's see how he says it.
Have you ever heard of the Königlich Bayerisch Hofjagdloge?
Königlich Bayerische Hofjagdloge.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, it sounds like a men's sport club.
What does the name translate to exactly?
Oh, the Royal
Yeah, I had no hope of getting
Hunting
that.
Lodge, more or less.
A hunting lodge, huh? Well, well.
Interesting.
I don't have anything else to say right now.
So is there any point in showing him this or no point?
I'm not sure
No
why.
point. Okay. So we now know that that location's a hunting
Well.
lodge.
Guess I'd better get going.
Well, enjoy your stay.
Oh, that cracks me up every time. Literally every time. Dun dun dun. Just say Wiederschauen Ryan. Oh, should I say that? I don't even know what I'm saying. I better be careful. I'm gonna stop. You might be trying to trick me into saying something. I don't know. I should Google that. I'm gonna do that right now. Let's go see what Master Gregor wants me to say. You think I'm kidding? I'm already looking it up. What does Google say? Google says... Wait for it. Look again. Clean cut. That must be a euphemism. What does it actually mean? Yeah, Google Translate definitely failed. But I'll say it. Wiederschauen reingehauen? Well, that's my best attempt, or first attempt, I should say. Alright, so where do we go now? Oh, see you again. Cool. That's awesome to know. Wiederschauen reingehauen. Alright, where are we supposed to go, though? The hunting lodge. Right. It's got to be down at the very end. Remember, we couldn't go... Like, every time we tried to go down the street, it kept saying, the street goes back a ways. So there's got to be something on one of these streets here. It's not this, right? This is the post office. We already mailed the letter, so it's not that.
I'd give it a shot, but I don't speak the language.
Probably down this way. Good seeing you, Master Gregor. Thanks for coming on in. Have an awesome rest of your day. Here, maybe? Oh, there it is.
54 Dienastrasse.
54 Dienastrasse. In we go. In we go, my friends. It's me, Gabriel Knight. Well said, Alvo Interactive. Well said.
Entschuldige Sie bitte, aber das ist ein privater Club.
Guten Tag. We get.
Oh, God, you have mistakenly entered a private establishment.
Oh, what a mistake.
This is the Königlich
Right.
Beirichhofter Lodge, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Do you have business here?
Well, we have lots of questions we can ask him. Why don't we start off with, do you know Herr Dr. Klingman? Look at his annoyed look. Like, I love the, I don't know what you call, like, their silhouettes in this, but, like, if you just do nothing, they will move around and stuff, and he's always like, what does this guy want? Let's get on with it. Like, you ever see the Sonic the Hedgehog animation where he's just kind of tapping his foot? It's like that, but more annoyed.
Do you know
Yes,
Herr
fidgeters.
Dr.
Thank
Klingman?
you. That's what it is. Fidgeters.
I do not discuss whom I do or do not know. This is a confidential establishment.
All right. Let's ask him if he's in the market for a taxidermist. I mean, that's a fair question from Gabriel Knight, right? Find out.
You wouldn't be in the market for a taxidermist, would you?
No.
No. He sure told us. Well, maybe if I tell him
Secure
I'm an
all
avid
positions.
hunter.
Here we go.
Charge!
Full ahead. Next
My
stop,
name's Gabriel Knight. I'm an avid
Zophar's
hunter.
domain.
I was given your name by a friend.
Tell me more.
Well, me and the boys back home, we're always out shooting them pesky animals. I thought I'd look you up while I was in town, get a few pointers.
Well, that warms my heart, but I'm afraid you were misled. This is a very exclusive club. We only accept members of very prominent German families.
Raffle My Pancakes. Thank you so much for joining the realm and the domain and following. Your support is greatly appreciated. He's so annoyed. Look at this. He's like, just get out of my face. We got to try to convince him. We have to tell him that we are a Ritter of Rittersburg.
You mentioned the terms of your membership. I am a member of a prominent German family.
Oh, and what family might that be?
My grandfather was one of the Ritters of Rittersberg.
Ritter, I've heard of the name. Can you prove you're a direct descendant?
You're not gonna just take my word for it?
No. Do you have proof?
Oh my. I don't think we have proof. Maybe if I show him this.
That wouldn't impress this guy.
Nope. How about this?
That wouldn't impress this guy.
No.
That's all the time I'll waste on you, Mr.
I'm being kicked
Here are
out.
positions. Here we go.
Bye.
He's kicking me out. He's kicking me
Pull
out.
ahead. Next stop, Zophar's domain.
Audible Interactive, thank you so much for the follow and for joining the realm and the domain. Your support is greatly appreciated. Alright, so we find ourselves now in a situation where we know we got to get into that lodge, but we have to prove that we're from a prominent German family, which we are.
Secure all
We are a
positions.
Ritter of Rittersberg.
Here we go.
But we can't prove it. Who can prove it? I think I know who. We have a lawyer, right?
Zophar's domain.
Gotta be the lawyer. Real the Professor, thank you so much for the follow and for joining the realm and the domain. Your support is greatly appreciated. Gotta be here, guys. It's gotta be here. Yeah, very sus, the Tiffy. Very sus.
Ah, hi. Have a seat, please.
Have a seat, Henry.
How are you?
Funny, if you look real closely, you can tell. You don't even have to really look that closely. You can tell where all the green screening stuff is. Alright, so talk to him. And we're going to ask him for the Ritter family papers.
Would you say the Ritter family tree is respectable?
Absolutely. The Ritters can trace Germanic roots back 1,000 years.
Do y'all have any paperwork on file that would prove that?
Yes, we had to supply a family tree for the title transfer. Would you like a copy?
Please.
Correct. And correct.
Frau Vogel, können Sie mir bitte eine Kopie von dem Familienstammbaum der Ritters für Herrn Knight machen? Schönen Dank.
That easy, huh?
Thanks.
Bitte schön, Herr Knight.
I don't have anything else to
Well, we
say
got
right
the papers. So it's that easy. Just go to your lawyer and boom. He just gives you papers to prove you're somebody.
The old family tree does go back a ways.
Well, fortunately, Gabriel Knight does not have to prove who he is to Twitter, or he'd be waiting a really long time.
Well, I guess I'd better get
Just
going.
kidding, Twitter. We love you.
Enjoy your stay.
Enjoy your stay. Alright, so let's come over here. And now we can go back to the hunting lodge. And it's blue screen. The cup is green, so it couldn't have been a green screen. Oh, yeah, good point. Maybe it's a blue... Yeah, so it must be a blue screen. So I remember them saying the reason they changed Gabriel's hair away from black was because of the screen they were using. But would that have... Or was it the coat? Maybe it's his coat. The black coat. Why didn't they want to use black? There was a specific reason why they changed his appearance. It had something to do with the screen. Blue or green screen, I think. Pretty sure. Down this way. Yeah, it's true. I don't know. I don't know why they changed it then. I thought they said it was because of the screen they were using. What I remember. I'm gonna have to Google that. Google knows all.
Hi. You again? What is it now?
I tell you, I am a Ritter of Rittersberg.
I tell you, I am a Ritter of Rittersberg.
And I tell you, I need proof.
All right, well, here's proof there, Mr. Xavier.
Here you go.
He's looking at his smug look. Dear Tiffy, have a good day.
I must congratulate you. I had no idea. Your family owns Schloss Ritte in Rittersberg?
Why, yes. Yes, we do.
Why, yes.
I'm sorry if I have been rude. For an American of your type, well, I bow to your lineage, Herr Knight.
Think nothing of it, old man. How do we get started?
It's Xavier, sir, and I'm afraid we don't. Having the proper papers is only the beginning. You must still be invited to join by a current member.
Wait a minute. You told me you wanted a family tree, and I got you one. I don't appreciate being strung along like some poor relation.
Might I interrupt? I couldn't help but overhear. Sarah, are you bullying our guest?
Entschuldige Sie bitte die Unterbrechung, aber besteht
Oh
darauf,
boy.
mit Ihnen zu sprechen. Gehört zur Ritters Family von Rittersberg.
You are a member of the Ritter family? Of Rittersberg, Bavaria?
Yes. What used to be Bavaria, anyway?
Well, it will always be Bavaria to us. Might I see those papers? I see. Well, you must tell me all about how you ended up in America, Herr Ritter. And about your hunting there. You are a hunter, are you not?
It's Knight now. Gabriel Knight. And yeah, I hunt. Absolutely.
Very good. Gabriel Knight. Gabriel, like the angel.
And just like the angel.
Join us. My name is von Glover. Baron Friedrich von Glover.
But Baron...
Herr Knight is right. We mustn't be so stuffy. I'm formally inviting him. Come. Meet my friends. Chin up, Saver.
Oh boy. And just like that, we have been invited to join the club. Gabriel Bartholomew Knight.
Ich möchte das nicht hier
Oh, look,
besprechen.
it's her Dr. Clayman. What a coinky
Gentlemen, I'd like you to meet Herr Knight. Herr Knight is a hunting enthusiast from America. He will be joining us for a while as my guest. It will give us a chance to stimulate our language skills and perhaps our brains as well, no? Let me introduce you. Herr Knight, this is Baron von Zell. Herr Dr.
Hi,
Klingman,
Bonzel.
we've met.
I'll be darned. Small world, hey, Doc?
Look at the look on his face.
The distinguished gentleman at the bar is Herr von Eigner.
A pleasure, Herr Knight.
Next to him, Herr Hanneman.
Guten Abend.
English Herr Hanneman. We want to be hospitable. Herr Hanneman is a politician, and they always try to get away with things. You must be firm.
Don't forget about me.
And this is our Herr Price.
I'm by far the best of the group. Very interesting. At night.
Not creepy at all.
Well, it's nice to meet all of you. Hopefully we'll be hunting together soon.
That sounds so physical. Right now, there are more relaxing activities, like drinking beer, right, Herr?
Good idea. Shall we? Pour Herr Knight some beer, Hanneman. Or perhaps you would care for wine instead.
Beer is fine.
And he drinks beer too. It's wunderbar.
Wunderbar.
Tut mir leid, Sie zu unterbrechen, Herr Baron. Aber ich muss leider gehen.
You may go if you wish, Gar.
Such a pleasant fellow.
I should leave too, Baron. I have work. Good night to you all.
Good night, Herr Dr. Klingman. We'll be keeping our eye on
My
you.
God, I never thought I'd see the day when two good Germans walk out on 2 full mugs of Weizenbier.
Well, you have your vices, and I have mine. I'm afraid to say so, gentlemen, but I have an appointment in a few minutes. Baron, my lord and master, good night to you.
I love how, like,
Good night. I am intrigued.
they never, like, explicitly say it, but I'm pretty sure he's like a gigolo of some sort.
I must apologize for
They
that.
keep making references, but never quite
Apparently,
say
this
it.
is not the best evening for a new arrival.
You've been very kind. I'm kind of tuckered out myself, actually. Perhaps I could come by tomorrow.
Oh, please do. We normally meet here in the evening, but you may come here anytime you wish. I'll inform Xavier. Take my card. It has my home address. If care to chat, come by.
Thank you. Good night. Gentlemen?
Gute Nacht, tonight. Schlaf gut.
Look at that look. What's he thinking?
Also.
What are they all thinking?
Yep, I'm Björn. And see you later.
And that's chapter 1. Now we're entering chapter 2. Yeah, definitely a product of its time. There's no question about it. So on to chapter 2. So here we are, St. Georg's Rare Books, where
I told you I will if
we
this
started
doesn't
Gabriel
work
at
out.
1.
There's still a couple of months before they close applications. No, I don't know that yet. Mom, will you please speak English? I'm not a sales clerk. I don't know what you should tell him. Just tell him that I'm gonna be here a while longer. I'm not ready for that yet.
Oh.
I have to go, Mom. I have to go. I'll call you later. Love you. Bye. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. I just love Blake Backlash, don't you?
He's something all right.
He's so masculine and so handsome and, well, sexy. It just about took my breath away when he seduced that female sidekick of his. What is her name?
Fujitsu.
That's right, Fuji, he called her. You have read the book.
That'll be $24.50.
She is not
She
amused.
just melted, didn't she? Fuji, I mean. You just don't make men like that anymore.
You would think so, wouldn't you?
Ouch.
Is it true that the author owns this bookstore?
That's what they tell me.
Of course, he must be awfully busy. Say, is there a good time when I might stop by? You know, if I wanted to get a look at him?
I wouldn't if I were you. He's awfully shy. It's his face. There was an accident.
Oh.
A terrible accident.
Oh.
Look at her face.
Thank you.
Look at her face. Oh my god. I love this game. Oh, she sees the letter from Gabriel. She sees the letter.
Gracie, something's come up. I'm on a new case. Too bad you're not here to help, but Gerda can handle any research I need. I know I have a lot to decide, but that and the new book are going to have to wait. I have a feeling this is important.
Gerda. I don't think so.
Oh no! He's gonna follow us! And through the magic of editing, boom! She's already in Germany. That was fast. Not in front of a green screen at all. They look like they're gonna get along just fine.
I need to see Gabriel, please.
I'm sorry, Herr Knight's not here.
He's great.
You must be Grace. I think we spoke on the phone.
Uh-huh. When is Gabriel due back?
I don't know. He's gone for some time. Maybe you would like to stay at the castle and wait for him?
I don't have much choice, do I?
Ouch. Yeah, they're gonna be fast friends, let me tell you. Fast friends. Meow.
Ups, ich habe nicht gewusst, dass einer hier ist. Ich bin hier für die Kamina fertig machen.
Yeah, it's okay. Fangen Sie ruhig an.
So I guess he must be the repair guy. Going to fix something over by the fireplace. Grace is thinking, what have I done? What have I done coming to Germany? And the thing is, she doesn't know where Gabriel is. She assumes that Gabriel is going to be at the castle, but he's not. We all know where he really is. He's over at the Huber farm and he's investigating the whole werewolf thing. So she's there, but he's not. So imagine how she feels right now that she's trying to help Gabriel, but he ain't even there. We're going to do a quick little savey save here. Call this one Zophar Day 2. I'm just going to go take a quick bio break, my friends. Give me just a moment. I will be right back. Don't change that channel. Got a little more Gabriel Knight coming up. We're back. We're back. So, let's go see what we can see here. First, let's check out Grace Nakamura's inventory. Check her notebook.
My notebook.
Cool. Here's that letter
Gracie,
Gabriel wrote.
Something's come up. I'm on a new case. Too bad you're not here to help, but Gerda can handle any research I need. I'll call or write as soon as I can. In the meantime, go ahead and fix up the shop a little if you want. You know, flowers and stuff, but don't go overboard. I kind of like the old place as is. I know I have a lot to decide, but that and the new book are going to have to wait. I have a feeling this is important. Tell Gran I send my love. Gabriel.
Okay. What else we got? We got a wallet.
My wallet. I converted some cash to marks at the airport.
all euros now, but back then it was marks.
Bert Barkley knows more about history than I ever will, especially at this rate.
He's from New Haven, Connecticut. Incidentally, they film a bunch of shows in Connecticut, like Steve Wilkos and Maury. Apparently, they also have Yale University there, so that's cool. Let's talk to the repair dude. Let's see what he has to say.
Kann ich Ihnen helfen?
Oh, nein, danke.
He asked if he needed any help, and he said no thanks. That part I got.
He doesn't need my help.
Anything
He
else we
doesn't
can
need
do?
my help. Nice view of the Alps.
The Alps. Never been to Germany, but I hear it is beautiful. Germany, Bavaria, the whole area, Austria.
Nice closet.
Nice closet.
Nice closet.
Nothing to do right now. Close that. Oh, Gamers Uplink, you're setting up your G3 Mac for streaming. So the way I have my setup is I actually have dual monitor setup. So I got my 27-inch iMac on the left. I have a 24-inch Asus gaming monitor on the right. And then anything I want to do PC or, Windows-wise, I put on there. Or any of the games I play on console, I also connect directly to that. So sometimes you'll see me, like if you see me looking back and forth, I'm looking at the game over here. But I can also look at the game here. It's just there's a little bit of lag in OBS versus the gaming monitor. You'll see that sometimes. Let's go in here, see what's going on. And it's locked. Would not be an adventure game if we didn't have locked doors. Very cool game.
Pretty comfortable, even if he slept in it. Ritter ancestors, I assume. Like the lion on the Ritter talisman. Interesting.
That's right. Okay, I guess we gotta go out of here. It's always a work in progress, Gamers Uplink. I don't think I will ever be fully happy with the stream. I'm always gonna want to change it, add things, update things. It was the same way for Zophar's domain. Like for the 4.5 years or whatever, when I actively ran it myself. Well, I never ran it myself. There's always help, but when I was part of the site actively, I was constantly changing, uploading, editing, pulling things down, taking things up. Think like George Lucas, and I'm nothing like George Lucas, by the way, but like think how George Lucas is always like refining his movies. That's how I am.
Ritter
Always changing
ancestors,
things.
I assume.
So just prepare yourself. You're probably going to want to change things and then change them again and then change them again.
Ritter ancestors, I assume. Ritter ancestors, I assume.
The work never completes. It is always a work in progress.
Gerda?
Yes?
All right. So we can chat with Gerda, who I'm sure is absolutely very happy and very fond of Grace, and I'm sure they will be great friends. Talk about Gabriel.
I don't know exactly.
Liar.
Surely he said something when he left. You must have been here when his new case came up.
Liar, liar. Pants
I
on
was
fire.
here.
What was it about? Was it around here?
All I know is that he was going somewhere near Munich. I honestly do not know where he is staying.
No problem, Retro Island Gaming. Thanks as always for coming on in. I greatly appreciate your rig. Have an awesome day. Enjoy your food, and I'm sure we'll chat soon. Have fun in GK1. You're not even up to the best part yet. Let's ask more about Gabriel.
You must know something about Gabriel's new case.
It is not my business to talk or not to talk about it. Gabriel took the case for someone else.
Really? Who?
Werner Huber. He runs the Gasthof in town.
That's right, Rig. You know it, man. Yar! We're doing the piratey thing today, too. I think I need to add a silver redemption that is not 1,500 to 2,000 silver for me to like switch hats to something else. I have other hats. Just haven't had time. So usually what happens is oftentimes it's Dark Max, actually. Someone will redeem the pirate hat, and then no one will redeem it to take it off me, so I end up just being a pirate the whole time. Because this chair be high, says I.
So, how do you like working with Gabriel?
It is fine.
Uh-huh.
That's fine.
Do you get along with him okay?
He is the Ritter heir.
Oh boy. Yeah, you. We are going to ask more about herself. Herself.
What are you working on?
Plans for the castle.
Oh, what are you having done?
Lights, phones, plumbing, all new. Should have been done many years ago, but there was no money. Also, things need to be fixed. The stones. The castle is very old. Everything needs work.
Is Gabriel planning to live here permanently then?
Why not? It is his castle now.
I thought he might, sell it.
Sell it? He would not do that. The castle belongs to the Ritters.
Yeah, he would never sell this castle. Would you ever actually sell a castle if you inherited a giant castle? Like, would you want to get money for it, or would you want to live in the castle? That actually sounds like a great poll. Let's take a poll. So here's what the poll is going to be. If you inherited a castle, sell it, live in it, or cares? I would live in it personally. I would move and live in the castle. I would love to live in a castle. As long as I had, someone to help me maintain it. If there was no one to help me maintain it, then maybe not. But if someone maintained it with me, like how Gerda maintains it, I would live in the castle. Totally would live in the castle. All right, so the poll's live. See what we all think. In the meantime, let's talk about Gabriel's research.
Gabriel mentioned in his letter that
Exactly,
normally
Rasmus.
I do research for him. It's more or less my field.
Hey,
and if
things
there's
of your
anything
mind.
he needs to get done,
Yep,
I'd be happy
Gabriel
to
Knight
take
2
care
this
of
time.
it.
He did ask me to check some things for him, but I couldn't let someone else do the work.
I understand, really. But if Gabriel knew that I was already here, that I was around, he'd want me to do it.
I'm sorry. If I do hear from him, I'll ask him what he would prefer. Until then, I must do the work he asks me to do.
They're starting to come. They're about to come to blows any minute. Yeah, things of your mind. I was telling Rig, he was just here. I think he's about to leave to get lunch. But we were just talking about how I saw him playing Gabriel Knight 1 last night when I popped in, and so it inspired me because Gabriel Knight's one of my favorite series on the PC, and Gabriel Knight 2 is my favorite game. So the stream inspired me to start GK2 again. Yeah, Grace is she's got a very sarcastic, very biting personality, which I personally love it. But yeah, she's not nice to Grace right now. Or Grace, she's not very nice to Gerda right now, and Gerda's not really fond of her. It gets worse though. Let's keep going.
I'm curious. I was just wondering, what was it Gabriel asked you to research?
Just some things.
Some things.
Some things about...
He asked me to check the Schattenjäger library for any record of other cases about, any other cases like this one.
She's about to slip there, and she's like, any other cases like this one?
Gabriel asked you to find other cases like this one? Well, that shouldn't be too tough. For you, I mean. So, what was this new case about again?
I cannot discuss the case with you. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. Why don't you go look around the area? I'm sure you could find something to do.
Gee, thanks.
Go look around the area. I'm sure you can find something to do, like it's a sightseeing tour. Oh, dear.
Gerda, there's a locked door in Gabriel's bedroom. Do you know where it goes?
It goes to the Schattenjäger library.
That's where all the Schattenjäger records are kept?
Yes.
Why is the door locked?
Gabriel doesn't want the workmen in there.
Oh. Can I get the key?
No. The library is for Schattenjägers only.
She's like, no.
Well, thanks.
All right.
Oh, they're so miserable with each other. Definitely some tension going on there.
King of beasts. That about sums it up. Ritter ancestors, I assume. I can just imagine the cozy nights spent by the fire in this room. I don't have anything to say to her right now.
Anything to show her? Nope. Alright, let's walk out. Well, so far we're tied between sell it and who cares about the castle. What do we need for a castle? It's like, what does God need with a starship? What do we need with a castle? Give a little savey save here. Zophar day 2. And...
That must be Gabriel's car.
Oh.
I wonder where the keys are.
We don't have the keys. So I guess we'll go this way. Alright, let's go over here. See what we can see, everybody. Hope everyone's having a great day. If you're just coming in, we just got to day 2 and Gabriel night 2 for the PC. We'll inquire of this person. I'm sure there's someone behind those double doors. Not a green screen at all.
Hallo, meine Damen. Kann ich Ihnen behilflich sein?
Hallo, wie geht es Ihnen?
Gut, danke. Und Ihnen?
Gut. Ich bin hier auf Urlaub und...
Let's try English, shall we?
Yes. I've been studying German at home and I thought I knew a lot, but it's so different now that I'm actually here.
Books alone are poor language teachers. You'll pick it up. Is there something I can help you with?
So, what do we want to ask him? We can ask about himself, Rittersburg, or this building. We'll go in order. First, we'll ask about himself. See, he's fidgeting, but his fidgeting is calm. He's not annoyed like Xavier. Xavier's a jerk.
My name is Grace Nakamura. I'm staying at Schloss Ritter, and you are...
You may call me Herr Habermas. Welcome to Rittersberg, Miss Nakamura.
It's nice to meet you, Herr Habermas.
So, we could talk about Rittersburg or this building. Let's talk about Rittersburg.
What can you tell me about Rittersburg?
It is a very old town. The walls around it were built in 1438, but the city is a few centuries older than that.
Aha.
Have there always been Ritters in Rittersburg?
Yes, Martin Ritter built the castle in 1223, and the town grew up around it. I'm proud to say we still have Ritter blood here to this day.
Nice. What about this building?
What is this building?
This is the Rathaus.
The town hall? Oh, thank you. Thanks for your time.
It's almost like a slight, right? Like this is a town hall, this little tiny, like, box structure. But I mean, you know, Rittersburg's not a big place, so... I mean, it has a castle, but you can see it's a very small community. So, you know, you would expect the Rathaus to be smaller. What's in here? What could this be, my friends?
It's locked.
Oh, presto PPC, I just realized that you pasted your rig raid emoticon. That's okay. There's no such thing as being late. You were being fashionably timed. You're fashionably timing your entrance. Nothing wrong with that. And look, it took me how long to figure out you said that, so it's all even. Alright, ring, ring, ring! See if there's any letters for us.
Grüß Gott.
Grüß Gott.
Womit kann ich Ihnen dienen?
What does Grüß Gott mean? Good morning, good afternoon, something like that?
My German isn't good enough for chit-chat.
I don't think there's anything I can give her. I'm not going to give her
I
this.
don't want to mail that.
That's already been mailed to us. Yeah, there's nothing to send her.
Danke.
Bitte.
Alrighty then. What about here in Goldener Low? Goldener Low? Oh, it's the gentleman from the beginning of the game. Here we go. Gas stove, golden or low?
Guten Tag. Sind Sie Werner Huber?
Yes. Oh, you are an American, eh?
Guess I haven't quite got the accent down, huh? I'm a friend of Gabriel Knight. I'm staying at the castle.
Good.
So, let's ask about himself.
You're the proprietor of this Gasthof?
Yes.
It's very nice. Do you mainly serve food and drinks here?
Oh, we have guest rooms upstairs, too. Yeah.
Oh? Does Rittersburg get a lot of tourists?
Some, not so many know about this place. It is perhaps better that way. Germans on holiday come here. Foreigners find their way here one way or another.
More about himself.
You speak English very well.
Yes.
How did you learn it?
Wolfgang taught some of us. He thought we should know.
Really? Why?
That is a very good question, is it not?
That is a good question. Almost like they knew one day they would need to know it for one Gabriel Knight. Nah, they wouldn't have thought that far ahead. Would they have? So, we have another minute left on the poll. If you haven't yet taken the opportunity to vote for If You Inherited a Castle, please feel free to do so. Right now, Sell It is the winner, with just under a minute to go. Let's talk about Wolfgang.
I never got to meet Gabriel's great uncle. What was he like?
Oh, he was a true Schattenjäger. Yeah, like in the old days. He knew things.
What kinds of things?
Things. He had, how do you say it, the sight.
Ooh, the sight.
He was a very good man to go to when you needed advice.
And it looks like Sell It has won out. So, I would have lived in it unless it wasn't being maintained. But I can understand why you'd want to sell it, because you could probably get quite a lot of money for a castle. I would assume Slosh Ritter definitely is worth at least a few $1 million easily. I mean, it's a castle, right?
It must have been
If it
hard for the
existed.
town when Wolfgang died.
Yeah, it was bad, yes. But not a surprise. Gerda knew. It was harder on her than the rest of us.
Really? Were she and Wolfgang close? You said Wolfgang was a true Schattenjäger. I suppose Gabriel... I mean, he's probably not what you expected.
Oh, we shall see with that one. Yeah, one cannot know the quality of the iron until it has been in the fire. Eh?
That's right.
We shall see.
That's a great quote. One cannot know the quality of the iron until it is put in the fire. Rittersburg.
Tell me about Rittersburg.
It is a small town, private. We keep our business to ourselves.
You mean about the Schattenjägers?
Oh, the Schattenjägers, sure. The Schattenjägers are of this place, and this place is of them.
Uh-huh.
We believe in the old ways here. It has not changed much over the centuries. We still remember what the rest of the world has forgotten.
And that is?
That life is a battle between the light and the dark.
Yes, it is.
Do you know this?
Gabriel's case.
I think I mentioned that I was a friend of Gabriel Knight.
Yes.
Well, I came to help him on a case. A Schattenjäger case.
That is good.
Well, we got our wires crossed and he'd already left by the time I got here. But Gerda mentioned that he was on a case for you.
No, not for me. For my cousin, Sepp.
Lots of cousins around here. Is Sepp in town?
No, he and his wife went north for a few weeks. He does not live in Rittersberg anyway.
Oh. Well, perhaps you can help me then.
How do you mean?
Where can I find Gabriel? Such an easy question, right?
Gerda's not sure where Gabriel is exactly, but you know where I can find him, don't you?
It is not my business to tell people where to find the Schattenjäger. It is maybe not so safe, you see.
Yes, I do see, and I appreciate your caution, really. But we worked together on his last case, and believe me, you'd be doing him a favor.
If he wants you to help him, he will have to contact you at the castle and tell you where he is himself.
Great.
That's not cool. So everybody knows where he is, but nobody wants to tell her. Do you know how long Gabriel will be gone?
Do you know how long Gabriel will be gone?
If he is a good Schattenjäger, he will not come back until he has done what must be done. If he is not, who can say? Maybe he will not come back at all.
Ooh.
What must be done?
Ominous. I feel like there should have been some music there. So what is the case about? Is that what it means, Osakai? Shadow Hunter. So what's the case about?
Can you tell me what Gabriel's case is about?
What?
Not specifically, of course, but in general. On our last case, we had to deal with a voodoo cult. I was just thinking if I just knew what he was up against, maybe I could do some research.
Well,
He left so quickly, I guess. He didn't have time to investigate here at all. And the Schattenjäger archives might have something pertinent in them, if I knew what to look for, that is.
yes, that is true. There is much to be learned from the Schattenjäger past.
Exactly. Gabriel is new at this, you know? And Wolfgang's not around to give him advice.
All right, young lady.
Oh, okay.
I will tell you what it is you need to look for.
Yes?
Werewolf.
Werewolf?
Werewolf.
Her eyes just like werewolves.
Gabriel's new case involves werewolves?
You don't believe in such things.
I don't know. It's a little outside.
If you truly want to be an aid to a Schattenjäger, you will have to believe in such things. Things that are outside. If you cannot,
Whoa. Hey there, Medio. Happy Monday. Thanks for coming on. We've been playing some Gabriel Knight 2. Oh, it's an L. I'm sorry. That's Osakal. Or Osakal. Here we go with the pronunciation again. Osakal or Osakal? How close am I? Which one? That's right. Werewolf. Werewolves.
All right. A werewolf. What do you know about them? Werewolves, that is.
some things. This is not the first time that Rittersberg has seen the work of a werewolf, or even a werewolf itself.
Really?
Oh, not in my lifetime, you understand. But I was told of it when I was a boy. One was brought to town. It had killed many people. The Schattenjäger caught him. He was tried here.
When was
Oh,
this?
nice.
1700s, I think, somewhere around in there.
What's funny, so there was one streamer. And
Thanks.
I totally butchered the name. And I realized, so I was on a stream, I'll tell you who it is in a second. But when I was on a stream, I think it was yesterday actually, I finally asked him, because I'm like, I know I'm butchering this name. I'm like, how do you say your name? He's like, how do you think you say it? So I put in my guesses. I had 2 guesses, and it was neither of them. So the actual name of the streamer I'm talking about, I don't know if you've been there. He's an awesome streamer, by the way. It's Phenomenon. It looked like it was Phenomenon or Phenomenon, but no, it's Phenomenon. Now, looking at the name again, I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, obviously, Phenomenon. I get it. It's a phenomenon, right? A phenomenon. But for some reason, just when I see a name I don't recognize, I will guess it. I will always guess it wrong. Always, always, always. Every now and then you get someone like Things of Your Mind here that, obviously, it's how you say it, Things of Your Mind. But then I get the more challenging ones, and I usually get it wrong. So I apologize for crushing your name. Buniminon? Oh, boy. You're making my tongue all twisted up. All right, so we're going to save. I can get the mouse to work. Jesus. So we'll save on Zophar day 2.